You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. 2017 Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout 2017, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats for the 18th season of Ducks baseball, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales. Box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, our exclusive Smokin' Al's party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the dream team. Group ticket packages for the 2017 season are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle Inn Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking on the merchandise icon. Store hours on game days are noon to 4 p.m. and during the game from inside the ballpark only. On non-game days, the store is open Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club today. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. Quacker Jack, the 7-time Best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily. You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. 2017 Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout 2017, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats for the 18th season of Ducks baseball, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales. Box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, our exclusive Smokin' Al's party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the dream team. Group ticket packages for the 2017 season are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise? Hard to find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle Inn Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking on the merchandise icon. Store hours on game days are noon to 4 p.m. and during the game from inside the ballpark only. On non-game days, the store is open Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club today. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. Quacker Jack, the 7-time Best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one flag away from the championship. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch! Adam Bailey makes the catch! And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
Swinging a ground ball, hit toward short, charging in his lines. He fields, throws to first. The comeback is complete. From 2-0 down in the series, the Long Island Ducks have won 3 in a row at home. And for the 5th time in franchise history, they will head to the Atlantic League Championship Series.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks pregame show.
And live from Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York, this is Long Island Ducks baseball on the Ducks Broadcast Network. Alongside my partner today, David Weiss. My name is Joe Vasile, and this is the Long Island Ducks pregame show for Game 1 of a doubleheader today, David. After an unexpected day off because of Mother Nature yesterday, the Ducks and the Blue Crabs experiencing much more pleasant weather here this evening, and it'll be 2 games on tap tonight. The Ducks riding a 3-game winning streak heading into today's game, really looking to start to make a move in the second half. They're now just a half game out of first place, David, and tonight an opportunity, no matter what Somerset and Bridgeport, who are both tied for first, no matter what they do today, the Ducks could propel themselves into first place.
Well, the Ducks with 3 emotional wins over the front-running Bridgeport Bluefish, and we'll have a couple of words to say during our broadcast here tonight about Bridgeport, who we wish well in what has now become their final season in Bridgeport. But as far as the Ducks are concerned, those 3 wins couldn't have come at a better time, and the first of the 3 wins was a game that I did alongside Michael Pollack, our colleague, last Friday night. A wild one, an 11-10 win that people are still buzzing about, but that was followed by the 4-3 victory on Saturday night, and then on Sunday, 2-1, 3 one-run victories over the front-running Bluefish, which has put the Ducks right in the middle of it here as the race for that second half championship continues. It's still early, but as Yogi Berra once said, the late Yogi, it gets late early, and it could sneak up on you. 70 games for the second half, and the Ducks now just a half game out of first place in a tightly bunched Liberty division, so we'll see where we go from here. The weather just absolutely gorgeous. There's a breeze blowing toward right field right now. There's some clouds, but no threat of rain whatsoever as compared to what we had yesterday. And it truly is a 2 for Tuesday, Joe. Lots of specials around the ballpark, 2 for Tuesday, and it is literally 2 for 1 today, a single admission doubleheader. So if you're thinking about coming on by, you can not only catch the first game, but the second one to follow with a hot dog eating contest in between. So lots of excitement here at Bethpage Ballpark as we get ready for 2 7-inning affairs, at the very least, barring extra innings, against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs.
Yeah, it should be exciting to see, David, and I think a point that you brought up in talking about the 3 straight wins over the Bluefish, all one-run wins, and that's been a category that the Ducks haven't been that good in this season. Even with those 3 one-run runs, they've still just a 16-20 record in one-run games this season. But I think that that's a good sign that this team is starting to finally come together and play up to their potential, because the difference between those okay to mediocre teams and the good to great teams are they find a way to pull out those one-run victories, and that's what the Ducks are starting to do now.
If you take a look at the Ducks' overall record, it's about at 500, which is very indicative of the up-and-down campaign they have had to this point. But similar to the Chicago Cubs, we've compared the Ducks to the Cubs in this respect. This entire season, the Cubs have struggled a bit, everybody waiting for them to catch fire. With the Ducks lineup and what they present in terms of starting pitching and the bullpen, everyone just assumes the Ducks are going to catch fire at some point and then go on their way. They have not had a winning streak longer than 4 games this season, but it seems like the Ducks are primed right now for a long winning streak, or maybe something on the order of 10 out of 12 or 12 out of 15 because of what they present on the field and especially on the mound. So we'll see where it goes, but 3 very emotional victories, dramatic victories over the Bridgeport Bluefish. Bridgeport at 500, the Ducks just 1 game below. We'll see where we go.
Absolutely. And so we'll take a step aside, come back, and take a look at what else is going on around the Atlantic League tonight. Lots of doubleheaders as everyone was rained out who was supposed to play yesterday. So a lot to get you caught up on right after this break on the Long Island Ducks pregame show.
Hey fans, this is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
And we welcome you back to Bethpage Ballpark on the Long Island Ducks pregame show. Joe Vasile here with you alongside David Weiss. Get you caught up on some of the other goings-on throughout the Atlantic League today. There's already 3 finals. There was a doubleheader and also a camp day game going on in New Britain. So we'll start there at New Britain Stadium today, where the Sugarland Skeeters defeated the New Britain Bees by a 5-0 final. In that game, Mitch Talbot got the win for the Skeeters, going 6 shutout innings, while Nick Greenwood took the loss, giving up all 5 runs for the Bees. Meanwhile, the York Revolution and the Somerset Patriots played a doubleheader today. Both games there from TD Bank Ballpark have gone final. Game 1 went to the Revolution by a 4-1 score. Steve Janis got the win for the Revs. Ronnie Shaven took the loss, giving up 3 runs in relief in the top of the 7th inning for the Patriots. Aaron Eggleston, though, went deep in a losing effort for Somerset. And in Game 2, it was Somerset getting their revenge, 10-3 over York. Winning pitcher in that game for Somerset was Connor Roots. The loser was Logan Williamson. There was no save. Elsewhere around the league, of course, we've got the Ducks and the Blue Crabs playing too here from Bethpage Ballpark. And just a single game today up at the ballpark at Harbor Yard, where the Bridgeport Bluefish host the Lancaster Barnstormers in a matchup of two teams that are in first place in their respective divisions in the second half. Lancaster leading the Freedom Division and pacing all Atlantic League clubs in the second half with 20 wins against 10 losses in their first 30 games. Hard to believe that they're already playing better in the second half than they did in the first. That's going to be a dangerous team moving forward. And so are the Ducks, David, who, as I mentioned, with 3 wins in a row, just a half game behind Bridgeport and Somerset, who entered today in a virtual tie for first place. They're still in a tie for first because Somerset went 1 up and 1 down in their doubleheader today. So pending what Bridgeport does and what the Ducks do, the Liberty Division standings could look a lot different come tomorrow.
Yeah, it's still early. As we said, you got 70 games. We're not quite at the halfway point of the second half yet. But the Ducks can do something with a sweep today, not to get ahead of ourselves. You take it one game at a time in a twin bill. If the Ducks sweep, they would accomplish something they haven't done this season. That's a 5-game winning streak. And more importantly, it puts them right at the top or near the top of the Liberty Division, and maybe the start of something very good and very long, a long stretch of quality baseball. It started with that 11-10 victory on Friday night, not exactly textbook in terms of pitching. There was some defensive miscues, but some great defense in that game as well. But the clutch hitting for the Ducks, rescuing their pitching, and the fact that Bridgeport offensive power is well known throughout the league, but the Ducks got the job done with a waddle-off win on Friday night, followed up by 2 more one-run victories with some very good pitching on Saturday and Sunday. So the Ducks trying to get more of the same against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs in the opener of this 3-game series. 2 for 1 here tonight, and Alfredo Simon on the mound to try to get it started for the Ducks.
Yeah, Alfredo Simon now back into the starting rotation. This will be his second time through after he went out to the bullpen for the first couple times through, as Henderson Alvarez was getting broken into the rotation. So now it's Simon back in for the Ducks, and he's a guy who's 1-3 with a 5.6 ERA this season, but he's pitched a lot better than that might indicate. He's had some bad luck second time through the lineup. We'll see if he's finally able to start to solve that moving forward now that he's getting stretched out a little bit more, now making his 10th appearance of the season. His opponent today is going to be Eric Fornatero, another former big leaguer, had a cup of coffee with St. Louis a few years back, but a good solid pitcher who began the year with the New Britain Bees, now is a member of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs after he was traded a couple of weeks back.
And back to Alfredo Simon, I think the 2 statistics, the 2 numbers that pop out at you, 35 and a third innings pitched, and here are the 2 stats. 32 strikeouts, so if he needs a strikeout, he can get it. He has walked only 10. That is a very good ratio in terms of strikeouts to walks, and only 10 walks in 35 and a third. Simon can throw strikes.
That absolutely right, and that's an indication that those other numbers, that record, that ERA, that's going to start to look a lot better moving forward. So we'll take another step aside as we get set to have the Ducks take the field, and then we get ready for the national anthem here at Bethpage Ballpark. So you're listening to the Long Island Ducks pregame show. We're back with the starting lineups and first pitch right after this.
Hey fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Nice job of the national anthem from the Free Ensemble. Fans still pouring into Bethpage Ballpark. This twin bill may be catching some fans by surprise, so I assume gaggles of fans may be showing up expecting a 6:35 start. Nonetheless, good number of fans already on hand. 2 games for the price of 1. It's a 2 for Tuesday here at Bethpage Ballpark. And my broadcast partner, Joe Basile, takes a look at tonight's starting lineup.
Thank you very much, David. We'll get started first with the Long Island Ducks. Leading things off for Long Island today will be the right fielder, Quentin Berry, while the center fielder, Delta Cleary Jr., bats second. Mark Krause is the first baseman today. He'll bat up in the 3-hole, while Angelo Sanko cleans up and hits as the designated hitter. Ruben Gotay bats 5th and plays 3rd base, while Alex Berg catches and hits 6th. Anthony Vegas in left field batting 7th, while Giovanni Alfonso bats 8th and plays 2nd. And rounding out the lineup in the 9-hole is the shortstop, Dan Lyons. Alfredo Simon is on the mound. Meanwhile, for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, their manager is James Frisbee, and they are 13-16 here in the second half. Their starting lineup is this. Jose Lozada leads off and plays 3rd base. Edwin Garcia, the shortstop, bats 2nd. L.J. Hose is at 2nd base. He'll hit 3rd, while Michael Snyder, the DH, hits cleanup. Zach Cohn is in center field batting 5th, while the first baseman Patrick Palmero bats 6th. And Tucker Nathans is in left field playing in his first game for Southern Maryland. He bats 7th. Luis Allen is the catcher. He bats 8th, while Alex Glenn mans right field and hits number 9. Eric Fornatero on the mound, as we mentioned on the pregame show. And on the call for innings 1, 2, and 3 is the one and only David Weiss. David, take it away.
Thank you, Joe Basile. Pleasure to be with you once again. Again, the weather just gorgeous. It's a nice day across Long Island today from about midday or 1 p.m. on. We had a lot of cloud cover and even a couple of spotty showers that moved across Long Island earlier today, some leftovers from yesterday, but right now no problems whatsoever, and that goes for the rest of the work week from what we understand. So for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs against starter Alfredo Simon, the big righty on the mound, it'll be Jose Lozada, Edwin Garcia, and L.J. Hose, the top of the order, against Mr. Simon. And hopefully Simon says a good start here tonight. Didn't even get a smile out of Joe there. This is going to be a tough crowd tonight. All right, here's Alfredo Simon's first pitch on the way. It is inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Jose Lozada on the season at .284, 5 homers, 21 RBIs. Simon kicks and deals, and the 1-0 is on the way. Swung on, ground ball, right side, easy for first baseman Mark Krause. Steps on the bag unassisted. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the first.
6:08.
6:08 is the first pitch time. Temperature, I'd have to say probably in the 70s.
I'm going to guess. I have 73.
All right, we'll see what Bob Atone, public address announcer, has to say. He hasn't mentioned it yet, I don't believe. But I think it's, probably mid-70s. Edwin Garcia stepping in now. Garcia, the shortstop, and batting second for the Blue Crabs at 264. 2 homers, 25 RBI, so 23 rather. First pitch slider missing, 1 ball, no strikes. Just underway, Bethpage Ballpark. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the first, Ducks and Southern Maryland. The first of 2 7-inning affairs. A twin bill at the ballpark. 1-0 pitch, fastball up high, 2 balls, no strikes.
Services temperature of tonight's game is 76 degrees.
Oh, 76. I said 75. You said 73. I win. The price is right. Showcase.
Come on down.
Next pitch, missing outside. 3 balls and no strikes to Edwin Garcia. We mentioned that control is in the arsenal for Alfredo Simon. Coming into tonight's game, 32 strikeouts, just 10 walks in 35 and a third innings pitched. Now 35 and 2/3. 3-0 pitch on the way, and that misses outside. A 4-pitch walk to Edwin Garcia. So first base runner of the game. Blue Crabs, Garcia is aboard. He has 8 steals in 12 attempts this season, so Simon will be keeping an eye on him.
And that's the first batter that Simon has walked in his last 3 appearances. In his last start against York, and then a 4-inning relief appearance and a 3-inning relief appearance. Before that, totaling 11 innings, no walks until that one right there.
So a rare occurrence for Alfredo Simon. L.J. Hose at the plate. He's at .310 through 36 games played. A homer, has knocked in 19. First pitch on the way, right down Carlton Avenue with a fastball. It's 0-1. Again, these doubleheaders in the Atlantic League, back-to-back, are always 7 innings affairs. And that really does play into managerial strategy in terms of how to use the pitching, maybe in-game strategy. I mean, 7 innings can sneak up on you. 0-1 pitch, hard slider outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's incumbent upon, I think, any team to try to get a lead early in a 7-inning game. Of course, you're going to have fewer at-bats, 6 fewer outs to mount a comeback if you fall behind. Simon coming set. The 1-1, catch at the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Umpires here tonight. Calvin Baker calling balls and strikes behind the plate. Tom Gandolfi at first base. And now just to the right of the second base bag with a right-handed batter up, Jorge Teran. Hose batting from the right side with that slightly open stance. Simon coming set. Now will throw over to Mark Krause at first to keep Garcia as close as possible. So Southern Maryland coming into the game, tied for 3rd in the Freedom Division at 13 up and 16 down. The Ducks, with their 3-game winning streak, have climbed to within 1 of 500 at 14 and 15. 1-2 pitch, nice block from Alex Berg behind the plate. Well, the count now 2-2. Mark Krause at first base tonight for the Ducks in game 1 of the doubleheader. Giovanni Alfonso at second. Dan Lyons, longtime shortstop, in his proper spot. Ruben Gotay at third. Anthony Vega, Delta Cleary Jr., and Quinton Berry, left field, center field, and right field respectively. Alex Berg behind the plate. And Alfredo Simon, the right-hander, on the mound for the Ducks. A 2-2 count against L.J. Hose. Pitch on the way, a swing, a miss, a foul tip into the mid of Alex Berg, and that is the first strikeout for Alfredo Simon tonight. 2 down.
So good job there by Simon after the 4-pitch walk to come back and strike out Hose. But he's still not out of the thick of it yet with one of the best power hitters coming up to the plate in the entire Atlantic League, and Michael Snyder, the league's home run hitter.
Snyder would definitely be in the conversation if the season ended today for Player of the Year. Very good stats across the sheet. 289, 21 homers, 62 RBIs. He is among the league leaders in a number of offensive categories. The DH here tonight, and he hits one a mile high out of play to our right. Swinging on the first pitch, a fastball. No balls and a strike to Snyder. So those 21 homers, that is tied for second with Casey Hobson of Lancaster. Sean Holton of the Barnstormers leading with 22. Snyder just ahead of the Ducks, Angelo Sonko in the round tripper department. Snyder also second in RBIs with 62. is leading some other categories. Big uppercut swing, pulling the string is Simon, and Snyder way out in front. It's 0-2. Snyder number 1 in the Atlantic League in total bases with 196. He's also tied for third with hits with 104. Tied for second in runs scored with 57. As we said, he's all over the top stats offensively. 0-2 pitch on the way, the runner going. Swing and a miss. Nope, he held up, and the throw down to second base is not in time. A one-hop throw down to second baseman Giovanni Alfonso. So a stolen base for Edwin Garcia. That is his 9th steal of the season, and he is in scoring position with 2 down, as Snyder did hold up on an off-speed pitch, and not the easiest pitch for Alex Berg to receive for a throw down to second base. So Garcia at second base now after the successful steal. 2 down, Snyder at the plate. And the 1-2 pitch. And once again, Berg has to come out of his crouch and block one, and the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 down, 1 on in scoring position. Top of the first, Blue Crabs and Ducks, the first of 2. Snyder is in there waiting as Simon looks in for the sign and has it from Alex Berg. And the 2-2. Once again, way outside. Scrambling to get it behind home plate is Alex Berg. No advance from Edwin Garcia, who stays put at second base. So the count now full at 3-2. Well, Simon was out in front of Snyder, but one of these hard sliders after another, all off the plate outside. Alex Berg has been busy blocking them. Blue Crabs looking to do some damage here in the top of the first, as the decision pitch will be forthcoming from Simon to Snyder. And the 3-2, a swing and a miss. Good slider, breaking away from Michael Snyder. Back-to-back swinging strikeouts of LJ Hose and Michael Snyder. Edwin Garcia's walk and subsequent stolen base. He is stranded at second. So no runs, no hits, 1 left at the end of a half inning of play here at Bethpage Ballpark in the first of this doubleheader. It's the Blue Crabs nothing, the Ducks coming up.
Hey fans, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks-branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Fans, every walk by a Ducks batter this season is presented by City MD Urgent Care. Over 15 City MD locations across Long Island offering the comprehensive quality care you need the moment you need it. City MD Urgent Care, need a doctor, just walk in.
David Weiss and Joe Basile back at Bethpage Ballpark. So glad you could join us on the Ducks YouTube channel, on Facebook, liducks.com, across Long Island, across the country, around the world, wherever you happen to be. Hopefully it's a wonderful Tuesday evening for you. Sun has yet to set, still plenty of sunshine. Some clouds vertically across the sky. Well, I should say horizontally. After all, I used to do weather for a living. You'd think I'd know vertical from horizontal. Wouldn't you think? Quentin Berry, Delta Cleary Jr., Mark Krause, first 3 in the Ducks lineup against starter Eric Fornataro. for the Blue Crabs. First pitch on the way. Fastball inside portion of the plate for a strike. 0-1 to Berry, who's at 208 in his 20th game as a Duck this season, joining in progress. He's 15 for 72, no homers, 6 RBIs. And next pitch gets away. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Berry, very dangerous if he gets on. 11 steals, has been caught stealing only once. Joe, he is the ultimate table setter if he gets aboard.
Yeah, he's been doing a really strong job in doing just that, setting the table for the Ducks since coming on board, now getting more consistent playing time, especially with Lou Ford being down for about the last week and making the most of it.
Fastball inside, 2 balls and a strike. Berry will take a walk, tries to get on any way possible, and sets things up for the Ducks behind him. Delta Cleary Jr., Mark Krause, Angelo Sonko. And next pitch inside again, 3 balls and a strike to Quentin Berry.
And one of the things I like the most about Berry is he never is trying to do too much up at the plate. If there's a ball for him to hit, he's going to go after it. If not, he's going to lay off and he's going to take his walk. And a good example of that was in the Ducks' last game. He was up with the bases loaded in a big point. The Ducks were up 1-0 at the time. He worked the count, took a walk, and then that run that he drove in with that base-loaded walk was the game winner.
Fastball outside corner for a strike, so that's now a full count on Quentin Berry. And he has no illusions of being a home run hitter, so he may take a big swing early in the count, but no homers this season. He is a contact hitter, just looking to get on. 3-2 pitch way outside, just a little outside. And Quentin Berry is aboard with the first walk issued to the Long Island Ducks, and that could mean trouble for the Blue Crabs. That Ducks walk brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. There are over 15 City MD locations across Long Island. Need a doctor? Just walk in. And here's Delta Cleary Jr. at 254, 2 homers, 28 RBIs, lots of speed himself. And Delta has had more than a few clutch hits this season. And up now with Quentin Berry Jr. probably looking to steal at some point. Sitting up outside is Blue Crabs catcher Luis Allen. But that one actually came inside and was called a strike by home plate umpire Calvin Baker. So it's 0-1 to Delta. Switch hitter batting to the left side against the righty. Fornataro. Next pitch. A number in front of the plate. Foul ball. And that is called foul immediately by the home plate umpire. Although, if you're watching the game, you saw catcher Luis Allen picking it up and throwing down to second base just in case. But the count instead 0-2 on Delta, who's still alive.
And you know, walks have been a big problem for Eric Fornataro this season. He's walked 30 batters in 50 innings.
Wow.
Spread across his time with New Britain and Southern Maryland. And in that, he's only struck out 26. And anytime you're walking more than you're striking out, that is not good. And that's why his season ERA is up over 5.5.
Now throw over to first base to keep Quentin Berry as close as possible. The count 0-2. Berry might be thinking of trying to take off here. Being held on by Patrick Palmero, first baseman for the Blue Crabs. Crabs with their powder blue tops, gray pants. As there's a ground ball, 1 hop with the runner going, taken by second baseman L.J. Hose, and he throws over to Palmero. So that really does the same thing as a sacrifice with skipper Kevin Baez, who loves to put his runners in motion. Delta Cleary Jr. with a bounce out to second base. However, Berry advances to second in scoring position with 1 down, and big Mark Krause at the plate.
Yeah, with 2 strikes there in the count to Delta Cleary Jr., not a designed hit and run there. That was, I think, Berry stealing on his own or getting the sign to steal, and then Cleary having to protect with 2 strikes. But again, like you said, getting the job done, it still moves the runner over and gets him ready to go for Krause, Sonko, and Gotzai that made it to the lineup.
Here's Mark Krause with that patented uppercut swing. 15 homers, second only to Angelo Sonko, who has 19 in terms of the team lead. 57 RBIs came into the game tonight. Into the doubleheader, batting at .290 and takes a strike with a fastball. 0-1 to Krause. Berry leading off second base with all that speed. And Krause at the plate trying to give the Ducks an early lead here in the bottom of the first of this twin bill against the Blue Crabs. 0-1 pitch on the way. And that's a slider inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mark Krause. Krause was 0 for 4 in the Sunday 2-1 win over the Bridgeport Bluefish. Long look in for the sign from Fornatero to catcher Luis Allen, and taking off for third base. The throw, the slide, and he is out. Berry nailed at third base, trying to steal. Luis Allen gunning a throw down to third baseman Jose Lozada. So Berry, with just one out, trying to get to third base with less than 2 out. Probably not a bad idea with his speed, but Quentin Berry caught stealing for only the second time this season. And there are now 2 out, nobody on. So that goes 2-5 on your score sheet. And Mark Krause at the plate now with a 2-1 count. Pitch on the way, big curveball, catches the outside corner, backdoor breaking ball for a strike. Now 2 balls with 2-2. With 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the first, no score. Ducks and Southern Maryland. The breeze is blowing pretty hard to right field as Krause with that uppercut swing. Ground ball taken by Palmero. Spins around and throws it to Fornatero covering. That goes 3-1, the 3rd out of the inning for the Long Island Ducks. No runs, no hits. There was a walk, but with the caught stealing, nobody left at the end of 1 inning of play here at Bethpage Ballpark. Scoreless, Southern Maryland nothing, Long Island nothing.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy-efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the Magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit pseglyny.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nickolock Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
The Long Island Ducks Health Report is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapists of the Long Island Ducks. Ducks outfielder and bench coach Luke Ford still going day-to-day with that hamstring injury that's been nagging him. Though he took batting practice, Ducks hope to have him back within a few days. Ditto with David Aardsma, who's been throwing bullpens the last few days. Ducks expect him back this weekend. And Jordan Pacheco, after he got hit on the wrist with a pitch, is day-to-day and still being evaluated.
At the plate, Zach Cohn, center fielder, and 5th in the order for Southern Maryland against the Ducks righty starter, Alfredo Simon, who gets a fastball in there for a strike. 0-1 to Cohn. He comes in at 260, 9 homers, 41 RBIs. Slightly open stance from the right side. Simon's 0-1 slider, hard one, missing off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike to Zach Cohn. When you hear a player's day-to-day, it reminds me of the old saying, you know something, we're all day-to-day. But hopefully Lou Ford in particular will be back soon. Ducks certainly miss him in so many respects. 1 ball, 2 strikes after a foul at the plate by Cohn.
And with Alex Berg taking the brunt of that foul ball, and of course Jordan Pacheco being out with the wrist injury, should mention tonight's backup catcher is Mark Krause.
Wow, how about that? And that is a big backup backstop.
Mm-hmm. Very alliterative too.
Thank you. I would think if Mark Krause was called in to catch, I mean, I think even squatting, he's taller than I am. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and a slider missing just outside. The count now even 2-2 to Zach Cohn. Mark Krause listed as 6'2", 245, but he just presents himself larger than that.
Yeah, he definitely feels a little bit bigger than 6'2".
Doesn't he? 2-2 pitch on the way to Cohn is way outside.
Isn't it funny how many times you look at a guy's height and weight and you say,
wait a minute.
Nah, he's not that tall. You look at that with Krause and you say he's not that tall, but it's because he's taller, not because he's adding a couple inches. You think he's almost subtracted a few.
You think that he's bigger than 6'2". And, of course, the poundage, always suspect when you take a look at that. In any sport, particularly baseball, you think they're probably maybe a few pounds either way. He listed at 245. 3-2 pitch on the way to Zach Cohn is smashed right to third baseman Ruben Gotay, who catches it right on a line. Hardly had to move, just had to bring that mitt up to the letters, maybe belt high. Positioned perfectly. Zach Cohn hit it hard, but a line drive to third, caught, and one out. So it brings up Patrick Palmeiro. Comes in at 233, 9 homers, has knocked in 37. Collectively, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs are at 265. They are 5th in terms of team average in the Atlantic League. The Ducks right behind at 260. And the pitch to Palmeiro is out of play. Foul ball, right side. No balls and a strike. Going into the Bridgeport Bluefish series, the Ducks were in the mid-250s. They hit well against the Bluefish. Of course, that big 11-run explosion in the 11-10 come from behind win. Waddle-off win last Friday night had a lot to do with it. But overall, after 4 games against the Bluefish, the Ducks have added a half dozen points to their team batting average, now, as we mentioned, at 260. In terms of team pitching, the Blue Crabs are one of only 2 teams, along with the Somerset Patriots, to have a team ERA under 4. They were at 3.95. Ducks at 4.16, are 4th in team ERA. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Patrick Palmeiro at the plate. The righty-righty matchup. 1-1 pitch, ground ball, left side foul. Dribbles over to the Southern Maryland dugout. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Palmeiro. So we're in the top of the second. Neither team has a base hit yet. Each team the recipient of 1 walk. So each team has had 1 base runner. 2 7-inning games back-to-back. A doubleheader made necessary by the rainout yesterday. Foul out of play right side by Palmeiro, and the count now 1-2 with 1 down, nobody on, top of the second.
And we'll see with now the full pitching mound in shadows in the top of the first inning. It wasn't quite yet, and Simon was getting a lot of swings and misses. Oh, here through the first 2, not so many.
And a defensive swing to stay alive. Palmeiro just getting a piece, fouling it straight back.
Wonder if that's having any effect on the hitters being able to see the ball a little bit better out of Simon Sands.
Good point. It's all about picking up that release point, getting a little more time to adjust to fastball, curveball, and make the decision to swing or not. That breeze really whipping toward right field. Certainly not going to help anybody pulling the ball from the right side, but will help the left-handed sluggers, at least here in the opening stages of game 1. 1-2 pitch on the way, fisted foul, out of play, right side again. So Palmeiro against Simon, a good battle so far, continues, and the count remains 1-2. Long Island Ducks trying to climb back to 500. It's been a struggle, an up and down struggle really throughout the season. Ducks finished at 36 up and 34 down, 6 games back of Somerset in the first half of the 2017 season. Bridgeport and Somerset tied at the top in the second half right now, each with a 500 record. The Ducks just a half game back. 1-2 pitch, another number foul behind the plate. Count remains 1-2 as this at-bat continues.
Quite some at-bat here for Palmeiro. Next pitch will be the 8th from Simon, and 4 straight foul balls with 2 strikes.
So Palmeiro hanging in there and working the pitch count as it increases for Alfredo Simon. Fans continuing to file in here as we get close to what would have been the normal start time for a Tuesday night game at 6:35. Here's a ground ball left side, again foul. So
crazy.
At-bat just keeps on going.
And now 31 pitches for Simon through the first inning and third. Pardon me, easy enough for me to say. Inning into third, 31 pitches. That's starting to get up there for him. And He's a guy who, again, has struggled the second time through the lineup as you get into those 4th and 5th innings of the game. So we'll see how long of a leash the Ducks are willing to give him today, especially with this being just a 7-inning game. You don't have to necessarily roll with him for 5 innings.
As Duck fans well know, the bullpen, one of the strengths of the Long Island Ducks. 1-2 pitch on the way. Boy, going up to catch it was Berg, and that just eluded him. Looked like a cross-up. But the count now 2-2. 1 down, nobody on, top of the second. Ducks in Southern Maryland at Bethpage Ballpark. A great night for baseball. Boy, the Ducks and every other Atlantic League team washed out yesterday, along with lots of fundraiser golf outings across Long Island that have had to be making up. It was just a lousy day, but turned into a beautiful day and night. And a curveball off the mid of Alex Berg, and now the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes in this extra long at bat for Patrick Palmeiro against the Ducks starter Alfredo Simon.
Ten-pitch battle so far, and still going. I mean, Palmeiro's just been feisty at fouling off close pitch after close pitch. He's forcing Simon to give him something.
Palmeiro has struck out 75 times this season in his 77th game, so Simon looking to put him away here. 3-2 pitch, hit in the air, fairly deep, right field. Quentin Berry is going back to the wall, right at the Geico sign, and makes the catch. Saving the Ducks not only 15%, but saving the bacon for Alfredo Simon, as that one was right up against the wall. So that long at bat, put it in the column of Simon. Palmeiro flies out for the second out of the second.
And you saw the wind really have a big effect on that ball. Like you said, David, whipping out to right field as Berry just went back. It kept drifting and drifting and drifting and drifting until he was basically with his hand up against the wall before making the catch.
Well, stayed in the ballpark. And it brings up the left fielder for Southern Maryland, Tucker Nathans. Batting from the left side against Simon. First pitch, big home run hack from Nathans. He had quite a swing. Fouled it straight back. It's no balls and a strike. Nathans on the season. I don't see anything.
Yeah, first game.
First game for Nathans for the Blue Crabs. Signed on August 7th, which was yesterday. Next pitch, inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Signed his first professional baseball contract in 2011, 6 years ago, with the Brockton Rocks of the Canadian American Association. 1-1 pitch on the way, ground ball, right side, just to the right, out the first base bag. So count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And yes, Brockton is in Massachusetts. And that's where I began my radio career.
Really?
WOKW 1410 on the AM dial. Affectionately known as Okie Dokie Radio in Brockton in 1979. That's when my radio career began. And that was before the Brockton Rocks were born. Minor league team playing in Brockton, Massachusetts, the Shoe City. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Good fastball from Alfredo Simon, and Tucker Nathans couldn't do anything but just wave at it. 3 strikeouts now for Simon through 2 innings of work. He has surrendered only a walk. That was back in the first inning, and nothing else outside of that. He has retired 5 in a row, including 3 straight in the second inning. And the Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs are scoreless through an inning and a half. The Ducks just retiring the Blue Crabs 1-2-3, making this another PSEG Long Island energy efficient inning. With energy efficiency programs from PSEG Long Island, saving on your electric bill is also as easy as 1-2-3. Visit PSEGLINY.com/save money. One more way, PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Hey fans, this is infielder Giovanni Alfonso, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit PSEGLINY.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
There's no better time than now to sign up the Young Ducks fan in your life with the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Ducks Kids Club. Children 14 and under will receive exciting gifts, discounts on merchandise, and unique experiences that only come with being a member. Sign up today by visiting www.liducks.com or by calling 631-940-3825.
David Weiss and Joe Vasile here at Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks and Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. The entire Atlantic League was rained out yesterday. That meant doubleheaders all over the place today and tonight. A few of them already done, others yet to be played. We'll update you on the out-of-town scores throughout the game here tonight, but it's a pair of 7-inning games, Ducks and Crabs tonight. We are in the bottom of the second inning, and it's the Ducks. Angelo Sonko, number 4 hitter, cleanup spot, DH here tonight, to be followed by Ruben Gotay and Alex Berg against the starter, Eric Fornataro, for Southern Maryland. Sonko on the season comes into the game at .258, leading the Ducks in homers with 19. Second on the Ducks in RBIs with 56. Batting from the left side, and the breeze is blowing rather hard toward right field. Sonko gets it up in the air. He could be looking at homer number 20. Fornataro, pitch on the way, fastball, good pop heard in the mitt of catcher Luis Allen, but outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Angelo. Sonko was 0 for 3 in the 2-1 win over the Bluefish last time the Ducks played, which was Sunday against Bridgeport. Ducks winning 3 out of 4 after dropping the opener of that 4-game series. 3 one-run wins, all of them dramatic. And the Ducks with some momentum heading into this twin bill against Southern Maryland tonight. 2-0 and a broken bat bloop out to second baseman L.J. Hose, and the bat, at least half of it, ends up between first and second, 1 down.
Yeah, very dangerous there, as almost the entire barrel of the bat went flying out towards second base. But luckily, L.J. Hose was moving away from it where the ball was going, so really no danger for any of the players down the field, but always scary when you see that much of a projectile just hurtling out towards the fielders. When the ball goes up in the air like that, so they're not looking down at the bat, they don't know where it's going.
You got things all over the place. The ball, the bat, the runner, and the fielder. A lot to keep track of. Ruben Gotay at the plate. Batting to the left side against the righty, Fornataro. Takes a strike, 0-1. Ruben at .262 through 37 games in the 2017 season. 2 homers, 14 RBIs. And the former major leaguer plays a very good third base, and he hits it in the air, fairly deep, left center field. Left fielder Tucker Nathans calling off the center fielder Zach Cohn to make the catch, and very quickly 2 down here in the bottom of the second.
So whereas it took Simon quite a long time, 21 pitches, to retire Southern Maryland 1-2-3 in the top of the second, David, just 5 pitches for Eric Fornataro to get the first 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
And Alex Berg, with his savvy behind the plate, will probably be taking at least 1, maybe a couple of pitches here to give his team, and specifically Alfredo Simon, a blow in the dugout. And he does take the first pitch, which is well outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Berg at .230. 9 homers, 26 RBIs. That .230 average deceiving. Alex Berg can put the bat on the ball and has more than a few clutch hits this season. When he's up in big spots, he has come through. A swing and a miss on a good fastball that was rising about up to the letters. It's 1-1 to Alex Berg.
At Berg, a 2-hit game back on Sunday, a 3-hit game on Saturday, so also starting to snap out of a little bit of a funk.
1-1 pitch on the way. Catch of the outside portion of the plate. And now behind in the count at 1-2 with 2 out, nobody on. Bottom of the second, scoreless. Ducks and Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Remember, we're playing just 7 here. 2 7-inning games back to back, beak to beak. 1-2 pitch on the way. A flare to center field. That's going to be the first base hit of the game for either team. Alex 1 for 1, picking up where he's left off the last 2 games, in fact, as Joe just mentioned. So Berg on with a single, and as we said, the first hit of the game for either team. 1 on, 2 out, and Anthony Vega coming to the plate.
And now dating back to Friday, Alex Berg has reached base safely in 8 out of his last 10 plate appearances.
So Berg starting to put things together, and here's Vega Alex at 236, 2 homers, 15 RBIs, playing in his 48th game of the season. Vega with speed. Berg, not exactly your primo base stealer. He hasn't even attempted one this season. As Vega takes a strike on the outside corner. Fastball from Fornataro. 0-1 to Vega. No score yet. Bottom of the second. Ducks and Blue Crabs. Vega from the left side of the plate. Fornataro's 0-1. Backdoor breaking ball misses the backdoor. Stays in the backyard. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Vega with Giovanni Alfonso, number 8 man, waiting on deck. Berg taking a short lead, not quite to the cutout. Being held on by Palmeiro at first. Fornataro's pitch. Backdoor breaking ball does enter the house through the rear exit that time. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Vega. Ducks would love to break out on top here. Put Alfredo Simon, their big righty, in the driver's seat early. 1-2 pitch to Vega. Wanted to pull the trigger, but that off-speed pitch landed low, and Vega held up. So the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down, bottom of the second. And number 11 at the plate, 1 + 1 = 2. So the deuces are a bit wild here. Berg with his short lead off first. And the 2-2 to Vega. Tapper off the glove of first baseman Palmeiro, and no throw from second baseman L.J. Hose. We'll see how it's scored, but Vega is aboard. 2 runners on with 2 down. That was not an easy play for Palmeiro. He tried to backhand it on the short hop and went off his mitt. L.J. Hose was there to get it, but no play as Vega, with his speed, was able to dash down and cross the first base bag. Still not ruled a hit or error. Now it is an error, and that will be charged to first baseman Patrick Palmeiro. So Berg makes it down to second base. He is there in scoring position. Vega at first base, the recipient of the error, and Giovanni Alfonso batting from the right side. At the plate, he's at 293, 2 homers, 29 RBIs. Big cut from Alfonso, looking for home run number 3 and putting 3 quick runs up on the board, but fouls it back to the netting. It's 0-1 to Giovanni. Giovanni Alfonso leading the Ducks in hitting with that 293 average. Slightly open stance from the right side. Fornataro coming set. And the pitch to Gio has the plate with a hard slider. No balls and 2 strikes. So Fornataro quickly out in front of Alfonso at 0-2 with 2 down and 2 on. Number 9 hitter, Dan Lyons, waiting on deck. Again, Berg, the league runner here, without a whole lot of speed. The runner from behind is Vega. And this one is hit, a bloop, right center field, racing in, and unable to get it is Alex Glenn. Coming in to score is Alex Berg. No throw, it's cut off. Berg scores, 2-out single and RBI for Bumsy. Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday night, happy days. Ducks lead 1-0, happy days. Alfonso Bumsy comes through, it's 1-0 Ducks.
And that's the patented hit for Giovanni Alfonso this year. A flare over the second baseman's head and down into right or right center. And boy, he's been struggling pretty bad as of late. But coming through there, he's been starting to show signs of turning it around. And that's right in good time for the Ducks.
Taking third base on that 2-out bloop base hit is Anthony Vega. So runners on the corners now with 2 down, 1 run in. Ducks leading at 1-0 over the Crabs and looking for more with Dan Lyons at the plate. Lyons at 256, 5 homers and 28 RBIs. Lyons got the day off on Sunday, and there's a base hit left field. Through the hole between short and third, coming in to score is Anthony Vega. Alfonso stops at second base. Danny with an RBI single to left, and the Ducks have taken an early 2-0 lead. Boy, Lyons didn't waste any time, did he, Joe? Just smacking it through the hole to left field.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. You see a pitch you like on the first pitch, and he just wrapped it right through the left side of the infield for an RBI single. Now Ducks up 2-0, and that's just good veteran leadership from Dan Lyons, knowing exactly what he needed to do and getting it done.
Back to the top of the order now, and Quentin Berry. So a crooked number up on the scoreboard for the Ducks, who lead it 2-0 and looking for even more as Berry first pitch swinging, fouls it out of play left side. 0-1. Berry walked his first time up. Was caught stealing, trying to swipe third during his adventures on the base paths. So Berry looking to add to an already 2-run inning for the Long Island Ducks. Pitch on the way, swung on and fouled to our left, off the facade and then off the netting. If you're a visitor for the first time to Bethpage Ballpark, bring a mitt and keep your head up. Everything is in play. Another souvenir. That one ended in the first row right behind home plate on the rebound. Alfonso leading off second base. Dan Lyons, who just singled in the second run, leading off first. And there's a swing and a miss. Good fastball from Fortitaro. But for the starter, Eric Fortitaro, came a little too late. His first strikeout. However, for the Long Island Ducks in the bottom of the second inning, damage done. 2 runs, 3 hits, all singles. There was an error and a couple of men left at the end of 2 innings of play here at Bethpage Ballpark. The score now, the Ducks 2, the Crabs nothing.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr. and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
New York Sports Day is one of the largest independent sports news sources out there for coverage of the Long Island Ducks, Mets, Yankees, Major Minor League Baseball, football, basketball, hockey, and soccer. Visit nysportsday.com. New York Sports Day, your independent Gotham sports news source.
So the Ducks with a 2-0 lead here at Bethpage Ballpark early. After 2, but it's only a 7-inning affair. Back-to-back 7-inning games, doubleheader in the Atlantic League. Always 7 innings, which means 6 fewer outs to play with for the Blue Crabs in terms of mounting a comeback. Already in a 2-0 hole. It's no balls and a strike to Luis Allen. There's a ground ball on the second pitch to Allen, taken by third baseman Gotay. Looping throw over to Mark Krause at first, and very quickly, 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the third for Southern Maryland. So, Joe, when you take a look at the 2 runs for the Ducks, there were 2 outs, nobody on, and a nice 2-out rally. A single, an error, 2 more singles, both of which produced runs, and then Quentin Berry ending it with a strikeout, but some clutch hitting by the Ducks, particularly Alfonso and Lyons at the bottom of the order, numbers 8 and 9 with back-to-back RBI singles.
And that's one of the things that makes the Ducks lineup so dangerous is you get down to that 7, 8, 9 spot, and you got 2 really good hitters.
Absolutely. And they came through in the bottom of the second. It's Alex Glenn, bottom of the order for the Blue Crabs, who takes a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Glenn on the season at .083. He is 2 for 24, so a rough start to his tenure with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs here in 2017. No homers, no RBIs. Again, takes off the plate. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Simon does not want to walk Glenn here. And there's a ground ball hit fairly hard, but Alfonso over to his left, to our right, snares it, throws out. Alex Glenn, 2 up, 2 down.
A couple balls hit on the ground here against Simon, getting some balls hit down, and that's good. Whenever you're getting those ground ball outs, that's when Simon has been at his best historically throughout his career. And so here today, he's rolling those grounders.
Absolutely. Jose Lozada hit it on the ground his first time up to Mark Krause at first base, who took care of Lozada unassisted. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the third. Ducks leading 2-0 against the Blue Crabs. And the pitch to Lozada, low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. What a nice night for baseball. Comfortable humidity. Rain-free as compared to yesterday. All that rain forced the doubleheader here tonight. 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss. Big swing by Lozada on that off-speed pitch from Simon, way out in front of it. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Ducks. All 4 hits coming in the bottom of the second inning. And producing 2 runs. 1-1 pitch inside. 2 balls and a strike. And let's see, I've got 3 singles and an error, so the Ducks, I believe, have 2 runs and 3 hits, unless that was changed to a single, which I think it has been.
It has been, yes, changed from an error to a hit.
So Anthony Vega now has a single rather than reaching base on an error. So that means the Ducks had 4 consecutive singles in that second inning and produced that 2-out rally and 2 runs.
Yeah, and that also makes the 2 runs against Fornatero earned as opposed to unearned, which they would have been had that it was called an error.
Good point. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the third, and Simon's pitch is inside, so Lozada working the count full at 3-2. That would have been a tough play regardless for Southern Maryland's first baseman Patrick Palmeiro. So I certainly concur with that. Vega deserving the base hit there. It was hit fairly hard. It was a short hop that Palmeiro tried to snare and couldn't. It was off his mitt. And then second baseman L.J. Hose, who came up with it, didn't have a play with Vega's speed. Truthfully, where that was hit, I think Vega may have beaten that out regardless, even if Palmeiro had come up with it.
Yeah, with his speed hustling up that line, it would have been a very tough play even if he fielded it cleanly.
And the 3-2 pitch is high and outside, so second walk given up by Simon. A 2-out base runner for the Blue Crabs. So Lozada, who does have speed, 21 steals on the season, has been caught stealing just 5 times. He's aboard and a threat to take off. As Edwin Garcia, the number 2 hitter, comes up. He walked his first time up and stole a base. So Simon will no doubt be keeping an eye on Lozada, who will try to work his way into scoring position with 2 down and 1 on. Garcia batting from the right side. Hard slider, nips the outside corner. 0-1 to Garcia. Couple of ground outs to start this top of the third. And then the walk on a full count to Lozada. That's where we stand. The Ducks leading 2-0, top of the third. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball with Garcia bending out of the way, and that curveball nearly caught the inside corner. Just missed. It's a ball and a strike. Lozada retaking his lead at first base, just about to that cutout. Fairly good lead, being held on by big Mark Krause at first base. Simon coming set and comes to the plate. Runner takes off, and in front of the plate, tagging out the batter, Alex Berg, very wisely picking up just a little number out in front of the plate. That thing went maybe, 10 inches? Possibly a foot in front of home plate. Edwin Garcia didn't run, was tagged out immediately by Berg, so that goes out as a ground out to the catcher. And the side is retired. So for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, no runs, no hits, a walk, a man left at the end of 2.5. We go to the bottom of the third. Score remains Ducks 2, Blue Crabs nothing.
Hey fans, This is right-handed pitcher Tyler Levine, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Hey Ducks fans, the final out of the top of the third inning was the 15th out of today's ball game. Do you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico can save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO, 1-800-947-AUTO, or visit geico.com.
That'll be Delta Cleary Jr., Mark Krause, and Angelo Sanco, numbers 2, 3, and 4 in the order to face. Starter for the Blue Crabs, the righty Eric Fornataro. Delta switch hitter batting to the left side. He bounced to second his first time up and takes outside. 1 ball and no strikes. To Delta Cleary Jr., DCJ. Ducks with a 2-0 lead, and Delta with a little flare, and a backhand attempt by Edwin Garcia. Off his mitt to left field. Delta is aboard with a base hit, a cue shot with some backspin English. That thing had plenty of spin on it. Garcia didn't know what to do with it at short. Boy, Delta with that inside-out swing, and as we said, lots of weird side spin on that one, and Garcia just stood there and it ate him up off his mitt out to left field. Base hit for Delta Cleary Jr. So Mark Krause Jr. now stands in. He bounced to first his first time up. Ducks looking for more, already leading 2-0 and get the leadoff man aboard, and Delta Cleary Jr. with 21 steals, caught stealing only 4 times this season, and there's a base hit right field. Delta Cleary Jr. will go just station to station and stay at second base. That one hit too hard for Delta to consider moving over to third. So Mark Krause aboard with a single to right field. Following Delta Cleary Jr.'s single to left, 2 runners on, nobody out.
And that's good to see for Krause after the over on Sunday, which snapped the 21-game on-base streak to get himself right back on here in Game 1 of the doubleheader, picking up a hit here in his second at-bat.
Angelo Sanco leading the Ducks in homers with 19, and among the league leaders. He is 4th in homers in the Atlantic League. Angelo, a broken bat pop-up to second base. His first time up, and he takes outside fastball, 1-0. In fact, Sanco sawed his bat in half. Half of it ended up between first and second base as he popped out his first time up. So Delta Cleary Jr. with plenty of speed is at second base. Krause behind him at first. Next pitch, low and away. It's 2 balls and no strikes. And Eric Fornataro, the starter for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, digging himself quite a hole here in the bottom of the third with the Ducks trying to expand on a 2-0 lead. The breeze is still blowing toward right field, which would help Sanco if he gets it up in the air. 2-0 pitch. He gets it in the air. Power alley, and that's going to fall underneath the mitt of center fielder Zach Cohn and go all the way to the wall. Coming in to score is DCJ, Delta Cleary Jr. Mark Krause scoring as well. Angelo Sanco with a 2-run double, and the Ducks now lead it 4-0. Well, Sanco smoked that one to right center field. The diving attempt by Zach Cohn, a good attempt, but off his mitt and to the wall. Corralled by Alex Glenn, the right fielder. By the time he came up with it, Cleary Jr. and Krause had scored. Sanco with a double for Angelo. That is his 12th double of the season and scoring 2 runs, and the Ducks now lead by 4. Well, the Ducks scoring 2 runs with 2 outs in the second inning. Here in the third, there's nobody out as they look for even more. Ruben Gotay at the plate. Coming set, Fornataro. And the 0-1 to Gotay. Ground ball, second base, a productive out. L.J. Hose over to Patrick Palmeiro at first, and Gotay grounds out. However, Angelo Sanko crosses over to third base, and there's only 1 down.
And you know, thinking back to that dive by Zach Cohen, the center fielder, he's not normally a center fielder. He's usually their right fielder, their left fielder playing in the corner. But with their normal center fielder, Corey Vaughn, getting game 1 of the doubleheader off, it's Cohen in center, and he kind of showed that he is a little uncomfortable with the route that he took to that ball that kind of forced him to come up with that dive. More experienced center fielder might have just been content to cut that one off in the gap and at least limit the Ducks to just 1 run on that play.
That's a very good point, as Alex Berg takes a really big hack at the first pitch, a fastball from Fornataro, fouls it out of play to the right side. No balls and a strike to Berg. He started that 2-out rally back in the second inning. A single to left center field, and that was followed by 3 more singles from Vega, Alfonso, and Lyons, producing the first 2 runs for the Ducks. 2 more have crossed here. Berg checking his swing, and he did hold up. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. With 1 on, 1 out, and 2 runs already in. A 2-run double to right center field off the bat of Sanko. Angelo now with 58 RBIs on the season. Retakes the lead from teammate Mark Krause in the RBI department. 1-1 pitch on the way to Berg, high and tight, with an off-speed pitch, 2-1 to Alex. Well, the Ducks with 2 runs in the second inning, 2 more here in the third. Remember, again, it's just a 7-inning game, 2 7-inning affairs, back-to-back, beak-to-beak, quack-to-quack. It's a doubleheader here tonight at Bethpage Ballpark. Righty-righty matchup. Berg stands in, holds that bat high. 2-1 pitch on the way. Hit a mile high. Is it playable? Jose Lozada, third baseman. Over to the dugout for the Blue Crabs. Runs out of room. It hits off the top of the dugout. Bounds over to the area between the decks. And a lucky fan runs away with a souvenir. And it's still 2-2 to Alex Berg at the plate. So Alfredo Simon sitting in the dugout. One happy camper. A lucky duck, the recipient of another deuce up on the scoreboard, and now will come out for the 4th inning with at least a 4-0 lead. The Ducks looking for even more here. Pitch to Berg downstairs. It's full at 3-2. The Ducks again set up to try to score a 5th run here with Angelo Sanko at third base, just 90 feet away, and only 1 out. Berg now a full count against Eric Fornataro on the mound.
And the Blue Crabs are going to let him do it by playing the infield back in this situation.
And there's a foul. Berg just getting a piece and staying alive. And a good point, Joe, as I just noticed as you did. The Blue Crabs and their manager, Jim Frisbee, giving up a possible 5th run. A bit of a surprise, especially in a 7-inning game. They will trade the run for the out as everybody's playing back. Normal depth. Fornataro's pitch, the 3-2 to Berg, swing and a miss. So a moot point here as they get the strikeout. That is the 2nd strikeout by Fornataro against the Ducks, and a big 2nd out for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs as they try to keep the deficit at no larger than 4. Anthony Vega coming to the plate. With 2 outs and nobody on in the 2nd inning, Alex Berg singled, and then Vega singled right behind him. And that was followed by 2 more singles off the bats of Fonzie, Giovanni Alfonso, and Dan Lyons, producing the first 2 runs for the Ducks. Vega betting from the left side. The backdoor breaking ball catches a piece of the corner. It's 0-1 to Vega. Vega now with 40, make that 29 runs scored. Scoring a run back in that 2nd inning. Pitch from Fornataro. Check swing from Vega, and it is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Angelo Sanko, who was at third with 1 out, or 2 outs rather, as Berg struck out. And we'll take a 2-out base hit here or something else to bring him in. 1-1 pitch to Vega. Again, a breaking ball, looking for that back door, but missing. 2 balls and a strike. With Sanko at third base, any number of things can bring him in, including a wild pitch, pass ball, or any other miscue. 2-1 pitch to Vega. Another curveball, and that catches the plate. Inside corner this time, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the third, Ducks have 2 runs already in and lead it 4-0 over the Blue Crabs in this first game of 2 7-inning games. Doubleheader here at Bethpage Ballpark tonight. Fornataro comes set. The 2-2 pitch is stroked over the head of second baseman L.J. Holmes. A run-scoring single for Anthony Vega, who is now 2 for 2. Sanko comes in to score, and the Ducks have a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. So a 3-run third inning for the Long Island Ducks after a 2-run second inning. Add that up, and it's 5-zip Ducks over the Crabs. Vega didn't try to do too much, Joe. Just stroked it. Little blooping base hit to right. Got the job done. Sanko scoring the run. Fonzie at the plate. He hit a bloop base hit to right his first time up as he takes a big swing. Fouls it out of play. Deep down the right field line. 0-1 to Fonzie. Alfonso driving in his 30th run of the year with that base hit in the second inning.
And again, another run coming home to score for the Ducks with 2 outs in an inning now. 3 out of their 5 runs with 2 men out.
That's clutch hitting. Fastball in tight to Alfonso. Nearly hit Fonzie. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. So 2 out, 1 on. 3 runs in here in the third inning. Ducks have been productive here. Early on in the first 3 innings, now with 5 runs across. Fornataro with the runner going. Throwing from down in his crouch is Luis Allen. And Anthony Vega with all that speed, successful in stealing his 8th base of the year, now in scoring position. And it's 2 balls and a strike on Fonzie as the Ducks look to do even more damage with 2 down. I'll tell you, tonight, between Alfredo Simon on the mound thus far with 3 scoreless innings and what the Ducks have done offensively, Long Island clicking on all cylinders thus far. 5 runs, 8 hits. And the pitch hit down the right field line. That is hit a long way, but foul into the stands down the right field corner. So Fonzie stays alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down. Giovanni, not necessarily known as a home run hitter, has hit 2 out here in 2017, but he can hit the ball hard and to all fields. His first base hit was the other way, driving in a run. And he hits again down the right field line. Again, it's hit a long way, but twisting foul. And the count remains at 2-2. Alfredo Simon has not given up a hit yet. 3 scoreless, hitless innings. When he comes out for the 4th, he'll have, at the very least, a 5-0 lead with which to work. Vega, with speed, takes his lead after stealing his 8th base of the season. He's in scoring position. Fonzie at the plate, the 2-2, a base hit, left field. Tucker Nathans comes up with it. There will be a play at the plate. Nope, throw cut off. Fonzie drives in a run. Vega scores, but they've got Fonzie hung up between second and third, and he will make it to second base. Nope, he's tagged out. So Fonzie with an RBI single, but then on the throw home, which was cut off, he got hung up and was tagged out between first and second. However, for the Long Island Ducks, 4 runs come across in this third inning on 5 base hits, 4 singles and a double. There's nobody left as Fonzie is tagged out at the end of 3 here at Bethpage Ballpark. The score now, the Ducks 6, Southern Maryland nothing.
Hey fans, this is infielder Elmer Reyes, and you're listening to Duck Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss along with Joe Vasile. We have some fourth inning trivia coming up that we will get to, but the action on the field is paramount, and Joe takes it along for the next couple of innings.
Well, the first pitch to L.J. Hose is in for a strike at the letters. Count 0-1 to Hose. Thank you very much, David. It'll be L.J. Hose, Michael Snyder, and Zach Cohn, 3, 4, and 5 in the Southern Maryland lineup. Hose steps in the bucket and fouls the pitch off. It's now 0-2. It's Long Island 6, Southern Maryland nothing. The Ducks with 9 hits. Southern Maryland without 1. Through the first 3 frames, they've had 2 base runners, both on walks, issued by Alfredo Simon. Now Simon to the wind, the pitch. Late swing to foul by Hose off on the first base side. Keep it at 0-2.
So at some point, I assume Simon says, get me some runs. And the Ducks came through. 4 of their 6 runs scoring with 2 outs, 2 in the second, 4 more in the third. As you mentioned, Simon has yet to allow a base hit.
Into the windup, the 0-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3 called, and Hose goes down looking. That's the 4th strikeout for Alfredo Simon. 3 in the 3rd innings.
All right, so we got some fourth inning trivia for you, testing your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks and baseball in general. In this case, it's the Ducks and Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. They have faced each other in the postseason. They have been playoff opponents 4 times. Name the seasons and tell us what happened in each of those seasons. I know that's a lot to chew on, but hey, it's my job to give the trivia, and I do what I want.
4 times they've played in the postseason.
And what has happened in each of those seasons?
First pitch to Michael Snyder is fouled off on the first base side. Count 0-1. I'm assuming since now they're in different divisions, there was a point in time when Southern Maryland and Long Island were both in the Liberty division. Is that correct? Or both in the East or West or North or South or whatever they used to be called back when the league had a little bit of different geography.
That is absolutely right. Matter of fact, every time they faced each other, it has been as divisional opponents. That's absolutely right.
0-1 pitch to Snyder, misses low. Count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a pretty tough one.
It is.
I'm going to go ahead and say I don't know. That's my guess.
We'll give you the answer in the bottom of the 4th. But yes, it is a lot to think about.
The 1-1 pitch. This is low to Snyder. Count now 2 balls and a strike. Snyder struck out swinging his first time up. That was back in the 1st inning. Alfredo Simon looking about as good on the mound in a start as he has this year, but it's always been this 4th inning, the 4th or 5th, that has been Simon's undoing this season. Usually the first time through the lineup, he pitches very well. 2-1 pitch misses inside. It's now 3-1 to Snyder. But then that second trip around is where the problems start to happen for Simon. Now behind in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike to Michael Snyder with Zach Cohn swinging the bat in the on-deck circle, or rather a couple steps out of the on-deck circle. Nobody actually goes in the on-deck circle anymore.
That's true. As with the third base coaching box, nobody's anywhere near that either.
3-1 pitch fouled off by Snyder. 3 balls and 2 strikes now the count. Yeah, it's funny. It's almost like they're more suggestions than anything else, rather than actual places where you're supposed to stand.
Well, at least the on-deck circle is a circle.
Yes.
The third base and first base coaching boxes, not even a box, it's just a letter L.
Yes, a capital L over at first base and a backwards capital L at third.
There's more information than you possibly needed.
3-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball foul wide of third.
And that went right over that backward L near the third base bag.
Although it's really funny with the rules for coaches having to stand in those boxes, because basically the rule says you don't have to stand in the box unless the other team complains that you're out of the box, and then you have to stand in it.
That's a good point.
Which is one of the most petty rules I think that a manager could pull out on the other team.
But
you say you're not standing in the third base coach's
but if you
box.
want to get under their skin, then you will make that complaint.
3-2 fouled off by Snyder. We'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
One of those esoteric things that you learn about baseball that managers can pull. Reminiscent, of course, Billy Martin saying, hey, wait a minute, there's a little too much pine tar on that bat that George Brett just used to hit a homer. And then we saw Brett's reaction. But, of course, overturned later, and Kansas City ended up winning that game.
And, you know, that's actually a funny thing about that, because I was just having a conversation about that very game in the press box before the game with a couple of umpire evaluators from the Atlantic League who were here tonight.
Right, I saw them.
3-2 pitch to Snyder, swung on and flied in the air to center field, right at Delta Cleary Jr. Takes a couple steps over to his left and makes the catch for out number 2 in the inning. So 2 up and 2 set aside for Simon here in the 4th. And that'll bring up Zach Cohn with 2 outs and the bases empty. 6-0 Long Island. Top of the 4th inning, game 1 of a doubleheader. But what they were saying is the umpires in that game were actually very smart with the way that they went about things, because when that game resumed about a month later at Yankee Stadium, the next time the Royals came back in after the Royals won their protest, they had to pick up the game from right after the home run.
Right.
And what Billy Martin apparently did was he had whoever the pitcher was step off and appeal to every single base, first base, second base, third base, and home, that Brett had missed it. It was the first pitch into Zach Cohn as a strike. It's 0-1. And it was a completely different umpiring crew. So apparently what Martin's idea was then to go and protest the game because it's a different crew. So how could they know if he actually touched the bases?
Oh, very good.
But there was a wrinkle to it as the 0-1 to Cohn misses low.
This is stuff I'd never heard before.
It's now 1-1. Yeah, I learned this all of, an hour ago.
Wow.
But apparently the crew chief of the new umpiring crew had a signed and notarized affidavit from the previous umpiring crew that, yes, we saw him touch first, second, third, and home in case of an appeal. Could you imagine that foresight?
I know. That is something, too. And give credit to Billy Martin for trying to do it.
Creative.
Yeah. Well, Billy was so smart, as well as being emotional and obviously controversial at times. But, you couldn't pull anything over on Billy. So
2
how
balls
about
and a
that?
strike.
So there were additional wrinkles to that controversy that most of us didn't know about.
2-1 fouled off here by Cohn. Got even at 2-2.
See, to this day, what we all remember more than anything else was George Brett's reaction. Coming out and nearly just running over the umpire and having to be restrained. And of course, it was Frank Messer, one of my favorite play-by-play announcers. The late Frank Messer did the play-by-play of that for the Yankees on their telecast when all you know what broke loose.
Indeed. One of the most memorable moments of those Yankees teams from that era. Here's Simon's 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Challenged him with a fastball down in the strike zone and got him swinging. 5 strikeouts for Alfredo Simon and 2 here in the inning as he is through 4 hitless innings. It's Long Island 6 and Southern Maryland nothing, heading to the bottom of the 4th inning.
Hey fans, this is pitcher David Artsma, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss along with Joe Vasile. The Ducks leading 6-0 over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, and we have a pitching change for Southern Maryland. Eric Fornataro, the starter for the Blue Crabs, who surrendered all 6 runs in the first 3 innings against the Long Island Ducks, and all of them earned 9 hits. We'll give you his statistical lines in just a moment. But he's replaced by the 5'11" lefty from Monterey, California, David Russo, southpaw, in for Southern Maryland to take over for the Blue Crabs against the Ducks here in the bottom of the 4th. Again, it's just a 7-inning affair. Ducks leading 6-0, but Blue Crabs can run out of innings a little early here. They have 6 fewer outs to work with to mount a comeback. And again, the new pitcher is David Russo, making his 22nd appearance, all but 3 of those appearances in relief. 29 2/3 innings pitched. Has given up 28 hits, 16 earned runs, has struck out 24, walked 17, an ERA of 4.85. Russo, your new pitcher.
Thank you very much, David. Dan Lyons will lead things off in the bottom of the 4th and take a called strike from Russo.
And we will finish up our 4th inning trivia in just a couple of moments for you.
Get you Eric Fornataro's final line here in just a moment. As the 0-1 to Lyons misses low and inside, count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Eric Fornataro, 3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 6 runs, all earned. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and he threw 60 pitches. 1-1 pitch. That one catches the outside corner for a strike. Looked like a 2-seam fastball from Russo. Count out 1-2.
I tell you, the Ducks had a field day against Fornataro, but much of the damage came with 2 outs. 4 of their 6 runs scoring on 2-out hits.
1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Good downwards action on that pitch from Russo. Looked like he pulled the string with a changeup or something of that ilk. But he got Lyons to swing over the top of it for out number 1. So 1 gone here in the 4th inning. Flips the lineup card over and brings up Quinton Berry for the 3rd time. Drew a walk back in the 1st inning and struck out swinging in the 2nd. Both of those plate appearances against Eric Fornataro. Now lefty-lefty matchup here for Russo against Berry. Pitch swinging a ground ball hit out towards shortstop, gloved quickly by Garcia. And he'll throw on to first in time to get Berry 6-3 on the ground out if you're keeping the score at home. And quickly 2 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So David, why don't we get the answer to that 4th inning trivia?
All right, there's a lot to recap here because the Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, I asked you to give me their playoff history. They faced each other 4 times in the playoffs in 2009, 2011, 2012, and 2013. In 2009, the Ducks lost to Southern Maryland in the Liberty Division Championship Series, 3-2. In 2011, they actually beat the Blue Crabs 3-1 in the Liberty Division Championship Series. But the Ducks went on to lose 3-1 to the York Revolution in the Atlantic League Championship Series. In 2012 and 2013, back-to-back championship years for the Ducks, they beat Southern Maryland both times in the playoffs, 3-2 in 2012 and 3-0, a 3-game sweep in 2013. So these two teams have plenty of playoff history with each other. And the Ducks have beaten Southern Maryland 3 out of the 4 times they have faced each other in the playoffs. There you go.
Not too shabby. And if you remember all of that, congratulations, I suppose. Pat on the back, you've won.
That means you are a Long Island Duck fanatic if you knew all of that.
I don't even know if Chris King would know that.
Yes, he would.
2-1 fly to the air to center field. Chasing Cone back. He's got it in his sights and makes the catch for out number 3 here in the inning. It's an easy breezy, beautiful 1-2-3 inning for David Russo in the bottom of the 4th. 6-0, the Long Island Ducks lead the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs as we amble along to inning number 5.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Matt Larkins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy-efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegly.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Hey, Duck fans, chill out with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company Gourmet Iced Coffee available at the concession stands at Bethpage Ballpark. Hampton Coffee, the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or visit their cafes out in the beautiful Hamptons. David Weiss, Joe Facile, top of the 5th in 2 7-inning games back-to-back. This is the first of 2. It goes only 7. Through 4 innings, Alfredo Simon has not given up a hit. I don't want to put the whammy on it, but should he complete this, it would go down as a no-hitter, even though it would be only 7 innings. It would still be a no-hitter. I hope I haven't jinxed it.
Yes, but for right now, Rod Henderson has to keep that champagne on ice, so to speak, as Patrick Palmero digs in. And the first pitch of the inning misses low, and they count 1 ball and no strikes.
So you're referring to the fact that Rod Henderson pitched a complete game, 9-inning no-hitter, and you're saying he's like the Miami Dolphins, waiting for this one to collapse. I don't think so. I think he'd be rooting for Alfredo.
The 1-0 pitch, swung on and fouled off by Palmero, count even up at 1. Do the Dolphins actually do that?
They
do the
do
members
that.
of the 72? I thought that was just a sarcastic phrase that people use.
They get together
they
anytime.
actually pop a champagne bottle.
They went nuts when the Giants beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl in their 16-0 regular season, and of course they kept on winning right to the Super Bowl until the Giants beat them. And for all of us who hate the Patriots, we couldn't have been happier. But yes, the Dolphins celebrate every time a team gets knocked off the pedestal and trying for an unbeaten season.
1-1 misses to Palmero. It's now 2-1.
Remember, the Dolphins did it in 1 fewer playoff game. They went 17-0. You know, obviously a wild card team would have to go 18-0 now.
Yeah, and also only 14.
Only 14 games. That's right. 3 playoff games. Right, exactly. But the Dolphins do celebrate anytime their unbeaten season is preserved.
2-1 to Palmero. He fouls it off his shin and crumples down in pain right in the batter's box and then quickly sits upright.
Wow, that looked like it hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. That one was very painful. As Palmero, not one of those players that wears any kind of body armor down on his legs, so nothing there to protect him at all as he's going to try and walk this one off. It's being attended to by athletic trainer Mitch Rosenthal of Southern Maryland, along with manager James Frisbee.
Looks like he'll be all right.
Yeah, that's good to see.
But again, yes, he does not wear that shin guard. Some players go even the extra step no pun intended, but they have the shin guard and they have that flap that goes over the top of the foot. Because think about just the fact you have no meat on the shin. I mean, that is just all exposed bone, and the top of the foot, for any of us who've ever bumped our shin in klutz-like fashion against a coffee table, you know how much that hurts.
I was going to say, it's like, just imagine when you stub your pinky toe, waking up in the morning or like on a door jamb or something like that.
And the weird thing is,
it's got to hurt way more.
Yeah, when you stub your toe, it takes about a second or two for you to feel the pain. For some reason, I guess it's the distance between the toe and the brain, there's a delay. There's enough a delay so that, and I do this all the time, you know, like 4 in the morning, getting up to take the dog out. If I stub my toe, there's enough time to say, uh-oh, this is going to hurt. And then the pain, of course, takes over. Once again, more information you needed about that than you could possibly want to know.
3-2 pitch from Simon. Swung on and fouled back to the backstop. We'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Patrick Palmeiro.
Boy, Simon has had that slider. At times in the dirt, it's been blocked more than a few times by Alex Berg behind the plate, but overall, he has really been on his game. Again, he has walked 2, but struck out 5, and has had Southern Maryland off balance from the get-go.
Remember, Palmeiro was the guy who worked an 11-pitch at bat first time around. Really gave Simon fits, but really outside of that, he's had mostly no trouble with anybody else. It's just been Palmeiro now, the second time up, being a little bit of a nuisance. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Ran a fastball up and perhaps even out of the strike zone, but he got Palmeiro to chase. 6 strikeouts now for Simon. And there's 1 gone here in the top of the 5th inning.
We will definitely keep an eye on Alfredo Simon's pitch count. And as this thing rolls right along, again, it's only a 7-inning game rather than a 9-inning game, but Kevin Baez may have a difficult decision to make as we get a little later here, and if Simon does not surrender any hits.
I've got Simon at 72 pitches unofficially, as the first pitch to Tucker Nathans misses for a ball count. 1 ball and no strikes. Nathans 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. That was swinging back in the 2nd inning. As David was saying, first time that he was up, he playing in his first game at Southern Maryland. The 1-0 misses in. It's now 2-0. Again, his career in the Can-Am League with the Brockton Rocks. Also played for the New York Federals, which was a travel team in the Can-Am League. And then after a couple of years bouncing around through a couple of different leagues, had his contract purchased by the Baltimore Orioles, where he stayed until he was released from Double-A Bowie earlier this month. As the 2-1 is in for a strike. The 2-0 is in for a strike. It's now 2-1. Sitting 284 with the Bowie Bay Sox, but not getting a lot of playing time. Just 24 games played this year. 2-1 pitch. Swing a broken bat, ground ball hit to first base. Mark Krause picks it up and tosses underhand to Alfredo Simon covering the bag. It's in time to get Nathans 3-1 on the ground out. And there's now 2 gone here in the 5th inning. And the Blue Crabs still without a hit.
Well, think about it. Just 7 innings instead of 9. So you've got 7 more outs for the possibility of a no-no.
So here's Luis Allen, the catcher, coming up to the plate. Allen grounded out to third his first time up, a .237 hitter on the season. Simon into the line, first pitch on the way. This is low and outside. It's 1-0. Looked like the slider that time from Simon couldn't catch the strike zone. Allen began the season with the York Revolution, but was traded in May here to Southern Maryland. Now the 1-0. Checked his swing. Did he go around on appeal? Yes, he did. So Allen thought that he held up, but on appeal, the first base umpire, Tom Gandolfi, he went around, and the count even up. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Now to Luis Allen. Infield and outfield playing straight away against Allen with the sun setting. And the field completely dark now. Lights starting to come on. 1-1 pitch. Swing grounder foul at the first base line. It's now a ball and 2 strikes to the Venezuelan backstop.
So just in case you need your memory refreshed, while we have a chance to do it, Rod Henderson, the no-hitter that came in the second year of the Ducks, 2001. Henderson that year was 8-4 with a 2.53 ERA, helped out by the fact that on one special night here at what was then EAB Park, he threw the Ducks' only no-hitter in their history. Matter of fact, Chris King still has that very neat-looking scorecard. He got Rod Henderson to sign it. He has other autographs on that scorecard. Just one of his great pieces of memorabilia from that special night.
1-2 pitch fouled off by Allen. So again at a ball and 2 strikes.
And if memory serves, the Ducks' principal owner at the time, still, of course, CEO Frank Bolton, missed the game.
Oh.
Because he was at his daughter Whitney's Sweet 16.
Well, that's a good reason.
It was
that's
a great reason. Great reason. But he missed the only no-hitter in Ducks history. Of course, we didn't know at the time would be their only one since in 2001. Here we are 16 years later. But it could happen again tonight. Even in a 7-inning affair, it would go down as a no-hitter.
1-2 pitch. The ball misses low and outside. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes to Allen. And you know what's funny? You say about it being the only no-hitter, of course, was the Mets for years and years.
Didn't have it.
Had all that great pitching.
Right.
Tom Severs, your Doc Goodens, had never had a no-hitter until Johan Santana in 2011.
Which really wasn't a no-hitter because Carlos Beltran hit one that was really a fair ball. They didn't have a replay at that time.
Absolutely, exactly. If he threw it now, it wouldn't be.
It would not.
2-2. Strike 3 called.
There you go.
7 strikeouts for Alfredo Simon in 5 no-hit innings tonight against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. He's set down 7 in a row, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Long Island Ducks 6 and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs nada.
Hey fans, this is Yuri De La Rosa, left-hander pitcher, and you are listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
We're back at Bethpage Ballpark. David Weiss drove the seal. Ducks leading the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs 6-0. Ducks came into the game here in this doubleheader tonight with a record of 14 up and 15 down, but trailing Bridgeport and Somerset in a tie for first place. Each of them have 500 records. Bridgeport at 15 and 15, Somerset at 14 and 14. Everybody was washed out of action yesterday, and in just a bit we will update the out-of-town scoreboard. A bunch of doubleheaders played today, some of which already been completed, others still to be played. But the Ducks just a half game out, and things looking good tonight. And also history could be made tonight. We'll get to that in a moment as well.
Well, thank you very much. It'll be Mark Krause leading things off in the bottom of the 5th. And the first pitch from David Russo misses high and tight. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. It'll be Kraus, Angelo Sonko, and Ruben Gotay up against Russo. Southern Maryland lefty reliever in his second inning in relief of Eric Fornatero. As the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed by Kraus. And the count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Kraus 1 for 2 in the game today. Got the average up to 291. Also came around and scored a run on Angelo Sonko's double in that third inning. 1-1 pitch, check swing. Did he go around on appeal to Jorge Teran? Kraus was able to lay off. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Something you don't see a whole lot of in the Atlantic League, but Kraus does have an overshift with a whole bunch of infielders, outfielders, everybody stacked to the right side.
2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. It's now 2-2. And it's really interesting because LJ Hose is really deep out in shallow right field, but the shortstop Edwin Garcia is still playing to the left side, our left, of the second base bag, the normal shortstop side. So there's just a wide tract of land in between Hose and Garcia. 2-2 misses in. It's 3-2 now to Kraus.
Yeah, I agree. It is a strange alignment that gives him a bit of a shot there. And now Garcia is taking a spot to the right of the second base bag.
3-2 pitch is on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Kraus had taken a couple steps toward first base, assuming it was going to be outside for ball 4. Role plate umpire Calvin Baker saw differently and punched him out. Second strikeout for Russo and the 4th overall for Southern Maryland pitching.
Well, here Sonko had a big hit in this game, that 2-run double back in the 3rd inning. That turned a 2-0 game very quickly into a 4-0 game. Ducks would even add to that with 2 more in that 3rd inning and lead it by 6.
First pitch to Angelo Sonko is swung on and missed, and the count 0-1.
So Kraus and Sonko back-to-back left-handed batters, and you can see David Russo pitching from the first base side of the rubber, very tough on lefties at the plate.
Yeah, this season, Russo allowing left-handed hitters to hit just .263 against him. It's the count now 0-2 to Sonko.
Well, Sonko has Lozada, the third baseman, and Garcia, the shortstop, playing to the left of the second base bag as we look at it. But second baseman LJ Hose isn't really playing second base. He's playing short right field. He's way out there.
0-2 misses low to Sonko. Count 1-2. And I don't remember seeing that the first 2 times that Kraus and Sonko were at the plate.
No.
I wonder if that's just on because of the lefty Russo on the mound, and maybe they're expecting he's a little bit more of a soft tosser, so they're going to roll over on balls for him.
And that would indicate that he was going to pitch both of those lefties inside, because he pitches them outside.
Yeah.
They could smack it the other way and get an easy base hit.
Count 2-2 to Sonko after the 1-2 missed outside. Now Russo deals. No one misses outside, and it's now 3-2. So he's missing the target on those last 2 pitches.
You see with these overshifts, you see just how much of a cat and mouse game it has become between pitcher and hitter, and what the managers have to do in terms of positioning their infielders.
Yeah, and as a general rule of thumb, you're going to hit the ball on the ground to your pull side more often than not. But at a certain point, is 3-2 fouled off by Sonko.
And truthfully, you take a look at the outfielders, and they're really playing Sonko more or less straight away. So there's so much that goes into it. Obviously, you've got so many statistics to choose from. If you go onto the Atlantic League website, you now can get a spray chart on every hitter in the Atlantic League. So you can see where they're hitting the ball and how often. Boy, if they had a spray chart when I was in Mets fantasy camp in 1990, it wouldn't be called a spray chart. It would be called a dribble chart. I didn't do that well that week. Went 2 for 13. But I did get a hit against the 69 Mets. I got it.
You had 2 hits, apparently.
Yeah. 1
during
during
the Sonko, lifted in the air to the opposite field, chasing the left fielder Nathan's back. In front of the warning track, backpedaling, he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. That brings up Ruben Gotay, 2 outs, nobody on. 6-0 Ducks here in the bottom of the 5th.
So how about that? Sonko did not pull it. He did go the other way and hit it pretty well, nearly to the warning track.
Well, yeah, there's just so much data in baseball now. You think of at the major league level with StatCast, and in the minor leagues now, they even have kind of something very similar to that called TrackMan.
Right.
That every pitch, exit velocities, and you see the horizontal and the vertical break on it. And basically any minuscule piece of information you want, you can get, and teams are putting that to use. As the first pitch to go time misses, it's 1-0.
Yeah, we saw what happened with the Sabermetrics and Billy Bean and Moneyball, but that's nothing compared to what we have now. I mean, that was just scratching the surface of all the stats now. So
pitch misses low to go tie, now 2-0. And that's the thing. You almost look back at that now and go, wow, this is, nothing too far out of the ordinary for what's normal in baseball now today. Foul ball makes it 2-1.
Well, I mean, you go back far enough when Denny McClain, the last 30-game winner, and now we're told, hey, wins mean nothing. There's so many other stats to use for a pitcher where the wins and losses really have taken a backseat to every other number.
2-1 pitch, misses low to go tie, count 3 balls at 1 strike.
All about sabermetrics and what managers now have at their disposal to make all kinds of decisions that never had to be made before.
And shifting's just a prime example of that.
Exactly.
3-1 pitch, swinging a high fly ball hit in the air to deep left field. Back goes Nathans at the warning track at the wall. It's out of here. Ruben Gotay with a solo home run, and the Ducks take a 7-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. Third of the year for Gotay as the Ducks continue to pile on.
And Joe, was that a blast or what? That cleared both fences and landed in the trees. Boy, Gotay got all of that. Tucker Nathans gave it more than a courtesy look. He actually went back a few strides, but that one you knew was going to be gone as soon as he hit it.
And no wind helping that one at all. That wind that was blowing out to right early in the game has disappeared. There's just nothing. All the flags hanging limp. That was just a straight up blast by Gotay. First pitch to Alex Berg, misses outside. Count 1 ball and no strikes.
Boy, have the Ducks declawed the Crabs tonight or what? No, it is not over yet, but 7-0, and the way Simon's pitching looks pretty good, I'd say.
1-0, misses low and inside. Now 2-0 to Berg. Turning him into soft-shell crabs, you might say.
Very nice. And I like soft-shell crab, too. You're making me very hungry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I spent more than my fair share of summers down in Ocean City, Maryland. 2-0 fouled off, now 2-1.
That's where you'll find some really good soft-shell crab. Yep. Boy, the Ducks have got all cooking tonight. 7 runs, 10 hits. They've done it with bloops, blasts, 2 out hits. And Simon has yet to give up a hit with 6 more outs to go in this 7-inning game.
2-1 pitch. This is low to Alex Berg. It's now 3 balls and a strike. Anthony Vega, who's 2 for 2 with a couple of runs scored and an RBI, standing on deck. Russo comes to the high set, now the 3-1. This is outside for ball 4. So that's another Ducks walk presented by City MD Urgent Care. 15 City MD locations across Long Island. If you need a doctor, just walk in to City MD Urgent Care. Almost in unison with Bull and Bobatone on that one. It's going to bring James Frisbee out to the mound to talk with David Russo. And for Frisbee, who's not only the manager but also the pitching coach for Southern Maryland, this might not be necessarily a pitching change, just going out and trying to settle down as left-hander after the home run and then the subsequent walk to Alex Berg before Anthony Vega comes up to the plate.
So just a little talk about strategy or how to pitch to Vega, maybe just to settle Russo down, who had retired the first 2 batters in this inning before giving up that gargantuan home run by Ruben Gotay over everything to left and then walking Alex Berg.
First pitch to Anthony Vega, misses low and outside. The count 1 ball and no strikes. By the way, you should mention with the Ducks leading 7-0, that was the Ducks' 82nd home run this season. The Ducks hit 100 home runs this year. That means they've met the Chappie's home run challenge. So 1-0 misses outside, now 2-0. Chappie's Funeral Homes then will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Ducks have narrowly missed out the last 2 years, but this year at 82, in this game 100, on pace to meet that challenge. Which fouled off by Vega. It's now 2 balls and a strike.
Boy, Vega with a home run cut there. He's only hit 2 this season. Not normally a home run hitter, but a 2-0 pitch. Found something he liked. Had a nice swing, but fouled it off.
7 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Long Island. No runs, no hits, no errors for Southern Maryland. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 outs and a runner on first base for Anthony Vega. Now the pitch from Russo, swing a drive hit into shallow right center field. Coming in on it and over is Zach Cohn, the center fielder, and he makes the catch to retire the side. But the Ducks get on the board yet again thanks to the solo home run from Ruben Gotay. A run on a hit, no errors, and a man left on base. We go to the 6th. The score is 7-0 in favor of the Long Island Ducks.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Tim Millville, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Follow all season long as the Long Island Ducks try and meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. Joe Vasile alongside David Weiss tonight here at Bethpage Ballpark. Game 1 of a doubleheader between the Long Island Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Long Island leads Southern Maryland 7-0. Fredo Simon back out to the mound, and the first pitch to Alex Glenn at the top of the 6th inning. Runs low and inside as Glenn has to dance out of the way of it. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Been quite a night for Alfredo Simon. That was his 85th pitch. He's not allowed a hit. He's struck out 7 and walked 2. He's retired the last 7 he's faced since walking Jose Lozada with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Lozada stands on deck. He'll be up after Glenn, and followed by Edwin Garcia. 1-0 pitch. In for a strike, and the count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And you just wonder if there are some Duck fans here that might be enjoying their first Duck game or unaware that this is a 7-inning game and how close Simon is to history.
1-1 pitch to Zion outside. 2 balls and a strike. Now to Alex Glenn. He's got 2 hits and 25 at-bats. That's the Southern Maryland Blue Crab. It is an 0.80 average. 2-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball hit out towards second base. Charging Alfonso. He picks and fires to first. In time to retire Glenn for the first out here in the 6th inning. 5 outs left to go for Simon.
Out to say the same thing. 5 outs left. Remember, Alfredo Simon has faced lots of pressure previously in his career. 9 seasons of Major League experience. He has pitched with the Orioles, the Reds, the Tigers. And 9 seasons up at the show. So he knows what pressure's all about.
It's funny, the Danville Braves, who are the Appalachian League affiliate of the Atlanta Braves, threw a 7-inning no-hitter tonight, combined with 3 pitchers. First pitch to Lozada is hit in the air to center field, playable for Delta Cleary Jr. He makes the catch. 2 outs here in the 6th. Wouldn't that be something?
My compliments that you found that on your laptop.
I tell you, I can't take all the credit for it. I have to give a big tip of the hat to Minor League Baseball's Twitter account. Did not go out of the way to research that one. It literally just happened to be the top tweet right here as I pulled up Twitter after shooting out the tweet about Ruben Gotai's solo home run in the last half inning.
Listen, I give you credit anyway because I, to this day, can't figure out Twitter. I barely know how to operate Facebook.
So here's Edwin Garcia. First pitch, in for a strike, count 0-1. Starting to get real here for Alfredo Simon. 2 outs, top of the 6th inning of a 7-inning game. 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Ducks. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Now the 0-1. And this is upstairs. Count even up at 1-1 strike to Edwin Garcia. Simon has retired 9 in a row since Jose Lozada's walk back in the 3rd.
Remember, Ducks lead by 7. Will a Southern Maryland Blue Crab batter have enough moxie to bunt one?
And on the ground to 3rd, Gotai picks it, throw to first in time. 6 no-hit innings for Alfredo Simon, and the Ducks lead it 7-0.
Hey fans, this is infielder Mark Krause, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it! The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. There's a new pitcher in the game for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. It's the right-hander Sam Runyon, a 6'4" righty out of Asheville, North Carolina. Runyon comes in replacing David Russo, who allowed a run on a hit in 2 innings of relief. Runyon, making his 34th appearance on the season, is 1-2 on the home with a 5.35 ERA. He has 1 save for the Blue Crabs. He's given up 42 hits, struck out 31, and walked 13 in 35 and a 3rd innings pitched tonight. The Long Island Ducks lead the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs 7-0 as we start play here in the bottom of the 6th. But the offensive outburst, not the story of the game for the Ducks. It's Alfredo Simon, nothing but goose eggs, through 6 innings of a 7-inning scheduled contest. No runs, no hits, and no errors allowed. He's walked 2 batters.
Trying to do what only one pitcher has done in Long Island Duck history on May 25th, 2001. Rod Henderson with a 9-inning no-hitter right here in CI.
First pitch in for a called strike to Giovanni Alfonso in the count 0-1. And he did that against the Atlantic City Surf. Did Rod Henderson. It's commemorized in one of the suites upstairs if you're lucky enough to get that one. As the pitch misses low and outside. It's now 1-1. You see there's the article in Newsday commemorating the no-hitter.
Right.
There's the scorecard from the game, and Nice picture of Rod Henderson pitching up in one of the suites upstairs. 1-1, swung on and missed, count 1-2. I forget which number it is, but it's not really important.
Can you guys charge my phone?
Yeah, sure, hand it over. Ball and 2 strikes, the count to Alfonso.
Well, you've heard of an open door policy. We have an open booth policy.
Yes.
The windows are wide open. People walk up, they order fries, all kinds of stuff here,
1-2 pitch, fouled back. It's actually funny. So back a couple of years ago when I was doing summer collegiate ball down in North Carolina, we would just drive to every place. There were no overnight trips. There were no series. It was just always one game and back. So when we would go to Wilmington, North Carolina, down by the shore, there was this big dead patch in cell phone reception on our drive, and so all the players' phones would die on the bus. As the 1-2 pitch to Alfonso is served into right field, and that'll get down for a base hit in front of Alex Glenn. How about that? A 3-for-3 day for Giovanni Alfonso.
And 2 of the 3 just bloop base hits. It's where you put them, not necessarily how hard. Nice night for Fonzie.
That brings up Dan Lyons with a runner on first and no outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ducks up 7-0. But anyway, everyone's phone would die. And so I'd go up to the press box, not only with all the equipment and all, my book, my laptop, broadcasting stuff, all that, but I'd also go up with about 7 or 8 players' cell phones and chargers, and just throughout the game on a rotation, charge them in until they got to about 50%. First pitch to Lyons is fouled back. Count 0-1. It's one of those other duties as assigned things that comes about.
And that was the request we received. Do we have a
Yes.
charger up here?
What about maintaining those good relationships with the players? No, sorry, you're not going to be able to talk to your girlfriend on the way back because I don't want to charge your phone.
Right.
This is going to fly. 0-1, slow roller to third. Barehand play. Throw to first by Lozada. Not in time. Lyons beats it out for an infield single, the 12th hit of the game for the Ducks.
Yep, Danny, big swing, just a little nubber, little tapper. That bare hand catch and toss from Jose Lozada, not nearly in time to catch Lyons, who was just streaking down the first base line. So Fonzie at second, Lyons at first, Ducks looking for more as if they need it. A 7-0 lead with their pitcher throwing a potential no-hitter here. Looks rather safe, but in this league, you can never have enough runs, right?
Absolutely not. Blue Crabs are a team that can put them up in a hurry, as the Ducks have found out at times this year. And give credit to Lyons, who turns 33 later this month. Doesn't quite have the wheels he had a few years back, but still hustling hard and beating that one out.
He's got a 2-for-3 night going.
First pitch to Quinton Berry, misses upstairs. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Berry 0 for 2. The ground out, a strikeout, and he also reached base via a walk back in the first inning, but was caught stealing third base. 7-0 the score in favor of the Ducks. Bottom of the 6th, nobody out. Game 1 of a doubleheader. 1-0 pitch from Runyon, misses upstairs. And the count's 2 balls and no strikes. Delta Cleary Jr. on deck. Will be next, barring a bizarre triple play. 2-0, swung on and missed.
Hey, listen,
Count 2-1.
This could be an historic night. Why not that too, right?
Get a little bit of everything. Spice it up some. Infield and outfield playing relatively straight away against Berry. Middle infielders Garcia at short, Hose at second. Shorten up at double play depth. Now the 2-1. Watch the fastball go by low. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike to Quinton Berry. Pardon me, do I have the count wrong? It's 2-2. Up on the board.
I've lost track as well.
I was going to say, I thought that one was low, but not surprisingly, I was wrong. 2-2, misses down in the dirt, so it's full 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Boy, the Ducks trying to add a little cherry on top of the ice cream soda here. Already up 7-0. Looking for more, a full count. And we'll see what Kevin Baez, who's stationed near the third base coaching box, the skipper of the Ducks wants to do with his runners here.
Runyon comes to the high set, and the herky-jerky delivery misses low and inside for ball 4. It's another Ducks walk presented by City MD Urgent Care with over 15 City MD locations across Long Island. If you need a doctor, just walk in to City MD Urgent Care. Bases loaded with Ducks as Berry walks for the second time, and Delta Cleary Jr. coming up to the plate with an opportunity to, like you said, David, really put a cherry on top of this one.
Well, Quentin Berry Jr. has had 2 walks tonight, but he's the only player in the Ducks lineup who does not have at least 1 hit. But everybody's been on base.
Always good when you're getting contributions from up and down the lineup as the first pitch to Delta Cleary Jr. goes in for a called strike at the count 0-1. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Alfredo Simon has seen to it that no Southern Maryland Blue Crab batter has a hit as the 0-1 is swung on and missed. Breaking ball down in the dirt that Cleary couldn't catch up to. It's now 0-2. The runners, Alfonso at third, Lyons at second, Berry on first. In ascending order of speed. Berry the fastest. Now the 0-2 is fouled up the first baseline by Delta. Looked like might have caught his foot in the batter's box with that foul ball as well. We'll keep it at 0-2. Mark Krause awaiting his turn in the on-deck circle as Sam Runyon climbs back up the back of the hill and toes the rubber once again. Crowd's been filling in steadily, though probably right about where we'll be. It's a nice Tuesday crowd here on a 2 for Tuesday, game 1 of a doubleheader. Teams will take a break and come back in about a half hour after the conclusion of this one as Cleary drives one fouled on the right field line. We'll do it again at 0-2. Game 2 will feature Tyler Levine on the mound for Long Island, going up against Brian Brenning of Southern Maryland. Plenty of other action across the Atlantic League today. 3 games went final before we even had our first pitch today because there was a lot of early morning action and camp day action, including a doubleheader. The 0-2 to Cleary, misses high and outside. It's now 1-2. New York Revolution and the Somerset Patriots split a doubleheader. York won the first game 4-1. Somerset took the second 10-3. Sugar Land defeated New Britain 5-0 at New Britain Stadium earlier today as well. 1-2 pitch. This is low. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good eye from Delta Cleary Jr. As things get really dicey here for Southern Maryland, already trailing 7-0. Now the count even. Infield playing back. They're trying to turn 2. They'd give up the 8th run. Outfield more or less straight away for Delta.
2-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball lifted in the air to left field. This will at least get the run home. As Nathan settles underneath it and makes the catch. Tagging at third and coming in to score is Giovanni Alfonso. It's a sacrifice fly to left and an RBI for Delta Cleary Jr. as all other runners hold. And the Ducks now lead 8-0.
As if the Ducks needed any more insurance for their overpowering righty on the mound, Alfredo Simon, who is probably chomping at the bit to get out there to see if he can finish this one off. Meanwhile, the Ducks now 8 runs, 12 hits.
Finish up on that out-of-town scoreboard as Mark Krause digs in. Bridgeport leads Lancaster 5-1. The bottom of the third at the ballpark at Harbor Yard. That was a 7-12 start. First pitch to Krause. Breaking ball misses low and inside. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Local MLB action. The New York Mets lead the Texas Rangers 4-0. Home runs for Michael Conforto, Yoenis Cespedes, and Travis d'Arnaud give the Mets their lead, including a leadoff shot for Conforto. He just continues to be so hot. Which misses to Krause. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. And then there's that team in the Bronx that is not in the Bronx tonight. They're up in Toronto, north of the border, and it's the Blue Jays 4 and the Yankees 1. Pitch misses. It's now 3 balls and no strikes. The count to Mark Krause. Rio misses low and inside, and that's ball 4. Second walk of the inning issued by Sam Runyon. As Mark Krause heads down to first base, it's another Ducks walk presented by City MD Urgent Care. If you need a doctor, just walk into City MD Urgent Care. Coming up Angelo Sunko with the bases loaded. And 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th with a run already home. Real dangerous part in this game for Sam Runyon and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. They are right on the precipice. Of this one becoming an absolute rout. This pitch swung on and missed by Sunko. Count 0-1.
Well, with 3 outs left for Alfredo Simon to finish this thing off and possibly enter the history books, I would contend this is already a rout. It's on the verge of becoming a laugher.
A laugher, there it is.
There you go.
That's a much better word than absolute rout. The pitch misses low and inside. It's now 1-1. I almost said rout at first. I'm like, well, 8-0's already getting there.
It's already a rout.
What makes it sound better?
Laugher.
And you came in with the topper.
Matter of fact, it's more than a laugher. It's on the verge of becoming hysterical.
Aha. 92 pitches for Simon, by the way, through 6. As Sunko swings and crushes one out to left field, but he got a little bit underneath it. As Tucker Nathans will make the catch. Tagging to third base this time is Dan Lyons. He'll come in to score as the throw goes into third. That'll hold Berry at second base. It's another sacrifice fly. The Ducks tack on another run here in the inning and now lead it 9-0. RBI for Sunko is third of the night.
Well, following 3 consecutive wins against the Bridgeport Bluefish and taking that 4-game series 3-1, you'd like to think there's been a carryover, and the Ducks are riding momentum right now with an incredible performance here tonight so far.
Here's Ruben Gotay. He's got a home run, and he swings it. He grounds one up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Rounding third and heading for Omis Berry. He'll score without a throw as Zach Cohn just gets it back into second base. It's an RBI single for Ruben Gotay, and the Ducks are into double digits. It's 10-0.
The Ducks have done plenty of that tonight. 2 out base hits, bringing in runners, and in many cases not hitting the ball hard, but hitting it in a perfect spot. Gotay didn't hit that all that hard right up the middle, but it ended up in center field for run number 10.
It doesn't always matter how hard you hit it. It's like Wee Willie Keeler said, you got to hit it where they ain't.
That's what the Ducks have done all night long.
First pitch to Alex Berg is on the outside corner at the knees for a generous strike, and to count 0-1. Simon looking ahead to the top of the 7th is going to have to run the gauntlet of the Blue Crabs lineup. A 1 pitch to Berg, hit on the ground towards second base, fielded by L.J. Hose. He'll step on second himself in time to retire Ruben Gotay on the fielder's choice for unassisted to retire the side. But the Long Island Ducks send 8 men to the plate to score 3 runs on 3 hits thanks to 2 walks, and they leave 2 on base. We go to the top of the 7th. Alfredo Simon looking to finish it off as we've got God Bless America, so we'll keep it right here.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with flame.
That was David Curry with a stirring rendition of God Bless America. It's Long Island 10, Southern Maryland nothing. To the top of the 7th we go.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Rob Rogers, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn shop on your next visit to the Duck Pond, where exclusive hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quackerjack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. And to play us out and perhaps call history, here's David Weiss. David?
Thank you, Joe Facile. We'll check that pitch count for Alfredo Simon in a moment. 10 runs, 13 hits for the Ducks. No runs, no hits for the Blue Crabs. Simon's first pitch, ground ball. Taken by third baseman Ruben Gotay. Spins, throws, he's got him. L.J. Hose, the first out here in the 7th inning. 1 down, 2 to go. It'll be the very tough Michael Snyder. This won't be easy for Alfredo Simon, looking to pitch only the second no-hitter in the history of the Long Island Ducks. Snyder 0 for 2. He is struck out and flied out. You can feel the tension on the field and the stands up here in the booth. Righty-righty matchup. Simon kicks and deals. First pitch on the way. Slider off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Alfredo Simon has not given up a hit. This is a 7-inning game. 2 7-inning games back-to-back in this doubleheader tonight. Simon's pitch count up around 90 at this point. Stepping out, Snyder. Zach Cohn is waiting on deck.
Yep, unofficially, his next pitch will be number 95 on the Knights.
There you go. Kevin Baez going all the way with Alfredo Simon. Those given up only 2 walks and has struck out 7. Next pitch, downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. And that last ground ball to Ruben Gotay may have been one of the closest things to a base hit tonight. Simon has been so overpowering, nothing has really been hit even that hard. Count is 2-0 to Snyder. Pitch, swing and a miss, home run cut by Michael Snyder, who was trying not only there to end the no-hit bid, but also end the shutout, but swung through it. That fastball was diving away. It's 2-1. 1 out, nobody on. Alfredo Simon, 2 outs from history. Gets the sign from Alex Berg, but took just a bit too long for Michael Snyder's liking. He steps out. Those 2 walks given up by Simon, 1 in the first, 1 in the third. And there's a base hit over the head of Dan Lyons. 2 outs to go for a no-hitter, and Michael Snyder, one of the leading hitters in the Atlantic League in so many offensive categories, gets a base hit. Listen to the hand for Alfredo Simon. Oh my, so close. And Kevin Baez running out of the dugout to talk to Alfredo Simon, and he's going to leave Alfredo in there to finish it up. Nice gesture by Kevin Baez, and Snyder breaks up the no-hit bid with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning with just 2 outs to go. Nothing cheap about that hit, Joe Basile. Snyder hit a frozen rope to left center. Boy, what a night for Alfredo Simon. Just not to be tonight, but came so very close. Zach Cohn at the plate, ground ball foul left side. Ends up in the Southern Maryland dugout. No balls and a strike.
And with the way that just ended, I can't help but be reminded of Matt Larkin's no-hit bid against Somerset on June 15th. He took a no-hitter into the 9th and gave up just 1 hit, which ended up being a solo home run that he allowed in that 9th inning.
Cohn gets a piece of it and fouls it straight back. It's no balls and 2 strikes.
Well, what a pitching performance for Alfredo Simon. We were talking about it earlier on in the game about how, some of the other numbers, the strikeouts and the walks for Simon, those indicated he was pitching better than maybe his 5.6 ERA was showing. We said, well, maybe it's going to look better moving forward. We just didn't know how good it was going to look at the end of tonight.
Wow. Simon lost control of that one, though. It was an off-speed pitch, ended up over the head of Zach Cohn. Coming out of the crouch was Alex Berg to catch it, literally just over the head of Cohn, who kind of leaned out of the way. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. In many cases, when a pitcher comes this close, things start to fall apart. Now, the game is not in doubt. The Ducks are leading 10-0. And this one is hit a mile high left field. Dan Lyons goes back. He's calling off left fielder Anthony Vega, and Lyons on the outfield grass makes the catch, and there are 2 down. So this is certainly helpful for the Ducks and for Kevin Baez in the decision department to leave Simon in there. Again, with a 10-0 lead. 1 hit given up here in the 7th inning, and that's been it against Simon, aside from those 2 walks much earlier. And it's Patrick Palmeiro at the plate. He's flied out to deep right field and has struck out. One of 7 strikeout victims. So 1 out to go for Simon to finish off a memorable night and a 1-hitter. Coming set. Pitch to Palmeiro. Swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. Between the fastball, the off-speed stuff, and that hard slider, Simon has been nearly unhittable tonight, if not for 1 solid base hit to left from Michael Snyder just a few minutes ago. 2 outs, 1 on. Top of the 7th. The pitch, ground ball, and it is through for a base hit to left field. Threading the needle between Ruben Gotay, who went down to get it. It just eluded him. Dan Lyons could not get it at short. So the second single here in the 7th inning. And there are now 2 runners on with 2 down. And left fielder Tucker Nathan's coming up. And once again, Palmeiro, as with Snyder, hit it hard.
Yeah, and those are probably the 2 hardest hit balls of the night coming against Simon. But again, like you said, really didn't have a problem with anyone except for really Palmeiro. The first 2 times through the lineup, he battled him for 11 pitches his first time, ran him to a full count the second time up before striking out. But nothing cheap about these hits for the Blue Crabs, for sure.
Palmeiro hit that deep fly to right after that long at-bat back in the 2nd inning, and then struck out his next time up. So the single from Michael Snyder with 1 out here in the 7th, breaking up the no-hitter. And now Patrick Palmeiro with a single to left. 2 on, 2 out. Tucker Nathans slams a foul ball out of play to the left side. It is now 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 on, 2 down. This is a 7-inning game, back-to-back 7-inning games, comprising the doubleheader here tonight at Bethpage Ballpark. So right now, Alfredo Simon would love to finish this off for a complete game 2-hit shutout. That shutout now hangs in the balance with a runner in scoring position for the first time tonight for Southern Maryland. 1-1 pitch on the way, and there's a base hit left field. Snyder will be held up at third base. It was hit so hard, and Nathan's hitting it the other way All 3 base hits have been to left field. The bases are now loaded. With a 10-0 lead for the Long Island Ducks, Kevin Baez is going to leave Simon in the game, I believe, and Luis Allen, the catcher, now coming up for Southern Maryland. So coming into this 7th inning, Alfredo Simon had not given up a base hit. He has given up 3 singles in this inning, but a run has yet to score. So the shutout has been preserved to this point. Allen has bounced out and struck out, batting for the right side against the righty Simon, who is still looking for the complete game shutout victory. Pitching from the full windup with the bases loaded. And this one's hit in the air, not playable, over our heads, out of play. No balls and a strike. So Snyder, a base hit with 1 out. Palmero, a 2-out single. And Nathan followed up with a single of his own. 3 singles in this inning, but they're loaded up. No one has scored. Simon going for the complete game shutout here. No runs, 3 hits for Southern Maryland, all 3 hits here in the 7th. 0-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball, right side, taken by Giovanni Alfonso. The throw to Krause, and it's over. Simon says, shutout. Ducks win it 10-0. A brilliant performance by Alfredo Simon, losing the no-hitter in the 7th inning, but coming up with the complete game shutout nonetheless. Ducks win! Ducks win! Simon says, Ducks win!
Alfredo Simon. Losing pitcher from the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs is Garrett.
No doubt as to the player of the game, Alfredo Simon, with the victory for the Long Island Ducks, going all the way. 7 shutout innings, 3 hits, given up, all of them singles, all in the 7th. The no-hitter goes by the boards, but the Ducks blast the Blue Crabs 10-0. 4 straight wins for the Long Island Ducks, who will go for the doubleheader sweep and their 5th straight win tonight. A hot dog eating contest in between, but it was just desserts for the Long Island Ducks, earning the victory in just a marvelous performance from first pitch to last. We will wrap it up in just a moment. Again, the final score from Bethpage Ballpark and the first of a 7-inning twin bill. The Ducks 10, Southern Maryland nothing. We will be back.
Hey fan, this is a pitcher Amali Diaz, and you're listening to the Ducks baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
And we welcome you back to Bethpage Ballpark on the Long Island Ducks postgame show. The Ducks defeat the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs 10-0. In game 1 of a doubleheader, Alfredo Simon taking a no-hitter into the top of the 7th inning of the 7-inning contest. He ended up giving up 3 singles, though, in the 7th inning. No runs came home to score as he finished off a complete game shutout tonight. Joe Vasile alongside David Weiss, and a really special performance we saw on the mound today for Big Pasta.
Boy, right from the beginning. I mean, bounce out from Jose Lozada. Way back, if you go to, 6:08 this evening, first pitch. Edwin Garcia walked and would eventually steal a base later. But outside of another walk, there was nothing against Alfredo Simon until the 7th inning. Maybe one deep fly ball off Patrick Palmeiro in a long at-bat back in the 2nd inning, but everybody was off balance. He ended up striking out 7, along with those 2 walks. And coming into the 7th inning, everyone just breathing heavily and feeling the tension. You just had the feeling this would be a very, very special night. And it was for Alfredo Simon and the Long Island Ducks, earning their 4th straight win. But with 1 out in the top of inning number 7, just 2 outs to go for only the Ducks' 2nd no-hitter in their history and their 1st since May of 2001. And Rod Henderson, that was a full 9-inning no-hitter. And it was Michael Snyder with a clean line drive base hit to left. Zach Cohen then popped out to short left field, caught by shortstop Dan Lyons, but then back-to-back singles, both hit hard, Patrick Palmeiro and Tucker Nathan. So all 3 singles in the 7th were hit hard. The pitch count was over 100 at that point. Kevin Baez had already come out to talk to Alfredo Simon after that first base hit, left him in there. And again, if this were a 1 or 2-0 game, I think Simon would have been pulled for a reliever. And the Ducks would have looked to close it out with the bullpen. But with a 10-0 lead, Baez left Simon in there, and he answered with a ground ball hit by Luis Allen to the right side with the bases loaded and 2 out. And it ended up being a 10-0 victory, a 3-hit shutout for Alfredo Simon, our player of the game.
Absolutely. Couldn't have picked anybody else, really, but the guy who took the no-hitter into the 7th. So, with another game on tap coming up soon, we will say good night for now, and we'll come back with a very abbreviated pregame show. For Game 2, it'll be Tyler Levine taking the mound for Southern Maryland, and for Long Island, and Brian Grenning for Southern Maryland. We're going to stop this stream, so in order to catch Game 2, you'll have to refresh things on YouTube. It'll be a separate video. Same thing with Facebook Live and on Boxcast as well. So that's just a couple of housekeeping notes. David, any final thoughts?
Just a fantastic game, and let's give credit to the Long Island Ducks in the hitting department as well. Everyone reached base safely. All but one Duck, Quentin Berry, had at least 1 base hit. Ruben Gotay had a homer. You had that big 2-run double back in the 3rd inning by Angelo Sonko that turned a 2-0 game into a 4-0 game with Simon on the mound. Obviously, the Ducks didn't need any more than that, but they ended up just piling on, scoring 10 runs on 13 hits. This was a game in which the Ducks excelled in every facet. And again, their 4th straight win after taking 3 in a row from Bridgeport, taking 3 out of 4 overall, losing the first against the Bluefish, taking 3 straight in dramatic fashion, each one a 1-run victory. This one was not a 1-run victory. It was a 10-run victory, but one that could propel the Long Island Ducks to bigger and better things for the second half. They are now at 500, at 15 up and 15 down, depending on what other teams have done. The Ducks find themselves, no matter what happens, in the middle of it, the thick of it, for the second half Liberty Division race. And we'll see what happens in the second game, but this one was fun, Joe.
Absolutely. So we'll talk to you in a little bit. So long for now from Central Islip.